07 Commanders, welcome to the stream. This is going to be a very chill stream. Mic not muted. Yes, it wasn't muted because I was eating my breakfast. I just finished. We're going to the centre of the galaxy. And by me, I mean we, as in the entire... Oops. The entire East Orion Company, or some of us anyway, are going to Sagittarius A. Departure date was, well, this morning at, for me it was 4 a.m. because I'm in Australia, and the organiser are in the UK and Europe, or the organisers. So this is the cute little banner they put up to garnish support. You can see here that East Orion Company, Agincourt goes galactic, launch date Friday 6 p.m. British Standard Time, carrier Agincourt, destination Galactic Centre, travel style, leisurely stops every few thousand light years. Pack a swimsuit in case we find an ocean world, and heat resistant hat to stay cool under the blue stars. You'll need a fuel scoop, don't want to get stranded, a snack stash, and a surface scanner, so we don't just look at the planets, which is very, very cute. I love it, and that's why I thought, well, let's get on board with that. So let's get into the game, shall we? Into the the private group set up by the squadron.
Roger that, Commander.
So I'm one of the carriers, one of 3 carriers that are going to the centre. Yeah, so let me, I'm not sitting, I'm sitting in that because I was transferring fuel last night. So in prep for the journey, what I had to do was, what I had to do was fuel up the carrier to 4,000 tons of tritium. So let's just have a quick look at that.
We're docked at Third Crusader, your fleet carrier, in Pagazi Sector ZL-L B8-9. We're aboard Gloria, your Type 9 Heavy. The maximum jump range for this ship is 29.16 light years.
Right, so I'm aboard the carrier. So tritium, which is the fuel, I've got 1,000 out of 1,000 there, which is great. And then if I go to the carrier's inventory, you can see I've got 4,043 tons of tritium there. So very cool. So we've got a schedule which I'm not going to share online. So let's go to the bridge and do the first jump out of 9 jumps that we're doing today. So much fun. Oh, Ben, I see you here. 07, mate. Lovely to see you. Is George streaming? I don't know if he is or not. He must be just jumping the bejeebers out of it. And so 2 carriers are going today, and then Ben's carrier is going. So Agincourt is at rendezvous point number 1. Okay. So he's already there. He's done his 9 jumps already. Yeah. All right. So let's get on with it, shall we? All right. So I've got a series of jumps that I'm doing. Let me just bring up the jump schedule. Okay, so 9 jumps to first rendezvous. Right, goodness me. Right, so let's disembark. Disembark, Gav. Is it let me do it? Right, there we go. I don't know what the heck was going on there. Where's the hangar bay? Oh,
No gravity.
oh, different ship.
Contact active.
Different exit, isn't it? So it's 8:30 a.m. for me here. So I'm lagging behind. So I've got to make it to the rendezvous point. And every rendezvous point, which is about 9 jumps, is we're going to hang around. It's about I don't know, 10,000 light. No, 8. I don't know. Was it 9,000 light years? That's what it'll be. So every 9,000 light years, 9,000? No, 4,500 it'll be. Right, I'll get my act together today. My maths is not good. And we're going to stop for 2 days, explore around, and then head off again for another 4,500 light years. And do that on rinse and repeat until we reach Sagittarius A, the big black hole at the centre of the galaxy. Okay. Interact. That's me. So, first jump. Alright, so that's where we are. We're at the Pegasi sector ZL TAC L B8 TAC 9. So that's where we're at, and where we want to go for the first jump is here, 500 light years that away. So before we set the destination, I'll show you the scale of the mission. We've already... Alright, so that's where we're going, over here, for the first rendezvous point. This is where the squadron carrier is already. Thank goodness it's all bookmarked. And we're going here to Sagittarius A, right in the centre of the galaxy. So it's going to get pretty dense as far as the stars go, compared to where we live over here. So let's get back down there and set the carrier destination. There we go. So 499.95 light years, and it's going to take 5 minutes to do it.
Fleet carrier jump to Col 359 sector QHQB 20-7, near Col 359 sector QHQB 20-7, has now been initiated.
So this is going to take me about 2.5 hours to get there. Yeah, so it should be... where the heck is it? What am I looking for? That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, so that should be good. I'm right in between you two. Oh, okay, so where are you? So Synthetic says he's about 500 light years from Sagittarius A now. Oh, okay, that's pretty close. Ben said he just got there. It's 10:30 p.m. for me, and for me, nearly my bedtime. 5,000 light years of travel. Excellent. All right, so you're an admiral now. Oh, there we go. Very fantastic. All right, so as we're waiting for the jump screen to come up, let's just sit here and I've got to drink my coffee. I've got to take my medicine first. The reason there wasn't a stream last night, some of you would have seen. Oh, bloody hell. I've dropped the tablet. Hang on. I made it. Oh, back again. It's got to be one of those streams, I can tell. Oh, you're Admiral now. I'm Admiral. I'm the Admiral right now, yes. Admiral of my fleet carrier. Right, so I've got my medicine. Morning routine. It's way too early. So that's the anti-inflammatory magic medicine for my gout that has flared up again because of the iron tablets. So I've got to go see the doctor on Monday, unfortunately. And it's, yeah, one of those bloody things. I can hardly work. Chef lurks on Twitch. Yes, Curd Nerd Gaming. I guess you like cheese, hence curd. Well, funny you should say that. I run a popular YouTube channel called Gavin Weber. If you go and check that out, you'll see that I make cheese at home. And the community of home cheesemakers are called Curd Nerds. And I say, "G'day, Curd Nerds," at the start of every video. So I thought it'd be fitting that I am the Curd Nerd and I am gaming. So that's why I called it Curd Nerd Gaming. So there you go. There you go, Chef. Now you know. Go and check me out on YouTube. Have a look. You might learn a thing or two about cheese making. It's all good fun. That's for sure. Alrighty. So, Ben, you were saying I'm Admiral. Was I Admiral in the squadron? Nice. You'll get no... I love cheese too. Cheese is good. In fact, I had a little bit of cheese. I'm making cheese at the moment, so after we've jumped to the first rendezvous point, I'll have to go and salt the cheese that is sitting in little containers at the moment. Little containers. They're in cheese molds. So that'll be good. Read your messages. Oh, okay. Read my messages. Can't read them from here. Can I read messages? No, I can't. Not in my suit. Oh, I've got time. I might as well go and sit in my I'll go and sit in my ship. Got 12 minutes. And then I'll be able to read all my messages. Just a leisurely stroll while we're going to be jumping. You get forced back to the chair anyway, so it's no big deal. If you're around the hangar and not in your ship. Right, looking for the blue circle. There it is. Run, Forest. There we are. So I'll get into here. Alrighty. So I'm going to swap ships before we start reading messages. I want to get into my Mandalay. And I'll just make sure it's all decked out for exploration. You have too much cargo. Okay, what have I got in my other ship? What have I got in here? Oh, I got 66 tritium. How come I didn't transfer that last night? Okay. I was getting very tired. It was about midnight when I finished setting up. Alright, there we go. We've got lots of tritium there. So let's transfer ships again to the Mandalay. There we go. Use the ship.
Carrier jump sequence has been initiated.
We're aboard Kurd Explorer, your Mandalay.
Alright, so let's look at the messages.
The maximum jump range for this ship is 62.64 light years.
There we go. Read my messages. I'm doing that. Thank you, Ben. It says, Commander, your rank has now been changed from Agincourt Helmsman to Admiral. Oh, I don't know what Admiral gets me, but it sounds great. I was only ever a Chief Petty Officer in the Navy. So, yeah, very cool. Thank you, Ben. Excellent. Oh, yeah, I got promoted to Elite 2 last night as well. In trading. So that's nice. I like that. That's because I was doing the community goal. So, yeah, I got, I'm Elite 2. Whoa, 2 stars. Yeah, baby. Let's just go and have a look at my ranks. There we go. So, combat, I'm competent. At least that's something. Explorer, I'm a ranger. Trade, I'm Elite 2. CQC rank. I don't know what CQC is. I haven't discovered any of that yet. Mercenary. I think that's on foot. So that's, I don't know what that is. Defenseless. Yeah, that'll be right. And exobiologist. I'm an ecologist. So probably not far to rank up in exploration and exobiologist. Getting close. I suppose by the end of this trip we'll be ranked up on all of those, so that'll be good. So yeah, I'm very happy. So I actually did the we can get out of this again. Now I've read my messages. And we'll quickly get back to the bridge. Where are you? Right, there we are. Different ship.
Magnetic contact active.
I lost my train of thought already. So we'll get back to the bridge before it forces me back. Yeah, alright. I'm nearly there. Keep up the good work, mate. Hope we pay enough. Right, there we go. There we go. 7 minutes to go for the first jump. I'm going to be here a while. There we go. We're going to be seeing a lot of this screen today. I'm going to run out of things to talk to. I'll have to bring the dogs on camera. Oh, goodness me. Rendezvous Point 1 has a beautiful nebula close to it. Excellent. I'm looking forward to it. Got to get there yet. So how long, Ben, I know you're close to going to bed. How long did it take you to did you do the jumping, or was it George that was jumping? 3.5 hours to get there. Oh, I told the missus I'll be gone for 2.5 hours. So she's sleeping in. Oh, well, we'll see how we go. I might have to do some this afternoon, but I'll get there today. See how we go. Jumping 9 carrier jumps is, I suppose, is not the best viewer experience for YouTube and Twitch, is it? But oh well. We'll see how we go. I suppose I can entertain you with some cheese videos that I've got. Oh, that's what we can do. How cool is that? That's something we can do. What am I looking for? I'm looking for that. Gavin on the live stream showing cheese videos. Alright, let me just put this up so you can all see it. How good's this going to be? Alright. I don't know how good it's going to be. There's probably not going to be any sound, but we can watch what we're watching. So this is from the cheese session yesterday. I knew I'd get the two together. There's 4 minutes to go for the jump. So I'm just scooping out the very fine goat's curd there, as you can see. And we're just pouring out. I should have used a skimmer and probably not a ladle, but that doesn't matter. It worked out in the end. I had drained the curds for about an hour, and now I'm putting them into these very small cheese baskets. and they're about, well, I don't know, can I speed this up? Only goes for 5 minutes, that's alright. Anyway, we've got some cheese going on. This is the in-flight entertainment. That's what it is. Yeah. Oh, goodness me. Very cool. Oh, we're just going to pause that for a second. What's going on over here? Not much. 3 minutes. Carrier services have been temporarily suspended. Oh, excuse me. Very exciting. 2 minutes to go. You're going to see this 9 times today. We'll get back to the cheese video in a minute after I've initiated the next jump. That'll be our in-flight entertainment. And it's all going very well, the cheese making, that is. For those who have asked. I've made about 200 different cheeses on the cheese channel. So yeah, so lots of video. There's heaps of videos. There's about 1,000 videos, close to it anyway. But I'll show that in a second. Minute to go. Oh, and my big toe is throbbing. Oh. One. Thanks, Jeeves. And we're away. Ben, I love it. You got cheese and space together. Eventually, I knew I'd do it, right? All you need is a bowl of petunias and you're golden. Yeah, as long as there's not a whale next to it falling through space. Right, I think we made it. Now all the smoke is cleared. What's it look like outside?
Has arrived at Col 359 sector QH-Q B20-7.
Okay, cool. What's this system look like? I can leave my seat. I don't really want to leave my seat, but what we will. Because what I want to have a look at, I don't know if can I look at the system. Let's go to carrier management on the big screen. This is my ready room, by the way. Admiral's ready room. E. Okay, so I don't know if I can look at the system map. Now I can't jump, I've got to wait for a cooldown of 3 minutes. Yeah, you can't look at the system map. You know, 3 minutes. I used a whopping big 84 units of tritium in the ship, so that's all good. So I think we'll get down to pretty close to nearly 0 units by the end of the 9 jumps. So that'll be good. So that's where we're at so far. So in 3 minutes I can go and put in the next jump, or 2 minutes 25. But what I want to do is I want a bar, so I can hang around in the bar during jumps. I can do a bar. Where is it? Shipyard, no. Outfitting, no. Storehouse, no. Concourse bar. Okay. So it's going to take away 150 units of my cargo capacity. Upfront facility cost $200 million. Operational expenses 1.7 million. Okay. The freak carrier must be in an admin system to install. Right, so no bar for me for the whole trip. I'll tell you what, it's going to be a pretty dry trip, isn't it? Goodness me. Alright. Fair enough. Must be time. Must be able to jump now. Is it 2 minutes are up? I know I could have done it from that other screen, but... Yeah, Ben, you got me. You're quick. You're quick. No bar for me. Alright. I'll go back in the same screen I was just in. Can I now? No, 55 seconds to go. So we'll wait until cooldown's finished, and then we'll plot the next jump and get going. Very exciting stuff, watching the carrier management screen. And then we'll flash up, once I've plotted the jump, we'll flash up the in-flight entertainment again. Good for a laugh. I'll make us all cheesemakers yet, you know. Alright, so I need the next one. So I've jumped there. I need that one. So just off camera I've got Spanch up that's got the route that we're taking. Right, so now I can open the galaxy map. Don't know what I was waiting for there, my brain wasn't working. Alright. And off we go again. So that's 499.96 light year jump. Off we go.
Fleet carrier jump to Col 359 sector UZW A87-0, near Col 359 sector UZW A87-0, has now been initiated.
Okay, so let's do a real, there's this guy I know on YouTube, and he, take medicine, yep, remember to do that. There's this guy I know on YouTube, and he makes the best cheese, you know. So let me just bring him up, because I like him so much. Where is he? Oh, goodness me. I brought my towel with me. The pub is open. Yeah, okay. I have to wait until I get there, Ben. Do you have a whaling tower? Yes. You got to eat peanuts too. Salted nuts helps with the matter transfer. No problems, Ben. I'll see you on the morrow. Have a good sleep, buddy. Alright, so in-flight entertainment. We're going to YouTube.
Well, g'day, curd nerds. Today
Oh.
we're going to make a thick and creamy.
Yes, we are. We're not making a thick and creamy yogurt. So in-flight entertainment, just for a few minutes, let's go on. Somebody requested feta. Well, let's do pizza mozzarella. Can we do that? Why not? Well, g'day, curd nerds. Today we're making a cheese that is probably the most consumed on the planet. Pizza mozzarella. This cheese is a low moisture form of the world famous Italian pasta filata cheese. This version is usually made with cow's milk and it grates well and of course melts to perfection. Very nice. So thanks to Hannah Instruments Australia for sponsoring this video, and let me show you how to make pizza mozzarella with help from the Halo 2 pH meter for cheese. He's had a haircut, this bloke, as well. Hopefully you can hear that. You get to start by sanitising all of your equipment. I think you can. Put all the stainless steel stuff in a pot and boil it for 15 minutes. The ingredients for pizza mozzarella is as follows. 8 litres or 2 gallons of cow's milk, pasteurised, unhomogenised. Annatto, 4 to 8 drops, diluted in 1/4 cup of non-chlorinated water. Now this is optional if you want to make your cheese a little bit yellow. 1/8 of a teaspoon of MOT 92 thermophilic culture or Thermo B will suffice. 1/2 teaspoon or 2.5 millilitres of single strength rennet, diluted in 1/4 cup of non-chlorinated water. Cheese salt, which is non-iodised, and we're going to use 2% by weight of the curd. So set up your water bath and fill your pot up with the 8 litres of milk, or 2 gallons. So I'm using 5 litre bladders there. So the second bladder I'm just going to pour a little bit into the pot and then measure out 2 litres into the jug. Use that later on. So I've got 3 more litres in there, so that makes 8. So we're going to heat our milk to 37 degrees Celsius or 99 degrees Fahrenheit using the water bath. Just filling the sink up with hot water there to get to the right temperature. Very nice. Good job, this bloke. So now we're going to add the annatto. Now, as I said, this is optional. If you want your pizza mozzarella to be white or just off white, then don't need to add the annatto. But I wanted mine a little bit yellow, just like the pizza mozzarella you get in bags pre-grated. So I'm just stirring that through, just checking the temperature, and it's not quite at the target temperature just yet. Now I'll check the temperature again, and we're pretty close to 37. I love the Italian music. The target temperature at the moment. There we go. Very nice. Absolutely perfect. I think so. So just give it a quick stir. Ooh, and then we're going to add in the thermophilic starter culture. Very nice. Apparently he sprinkles it over the surface of the milk. So a level 1/8 of a teaspoon, just sprinkle that over the top of the milk. Told you. I think I've seen it before. And we're going to allow that to rehydrate for 5 minutes. So 5 minutes later, we're just going to stir the culture in. Very nice. Stir the culture in. Put the lid on, Gav. Put the lid back on, and we're going to allow the milk to ripen for 1 hour. Now just give that another stir. Just a brief pause while we check how we're going there. So we've got 9 minutes. Hang on, that one. We've got 9 minutes and 53 seconds to go on the jump. So Yep, we're still in phase 1, lockdown protocol. So, very cool indeed. Audio is fine. Thank you, sir, Keith. Lovely to have you on board too in this rather long stream, jumping to the first rendezvous point for our exploration to Sagittarius A. Anyway, so back to the regularly scheduled program. Incorporate the cream back in, which is floated at the top. We're going to add the rennet solution now. Just pour that in whilst we're stirring. And stir for no more than 1 minute. And cover that up. And we're going to allow the curds to set for 1 hour. Nice. So 1 hour later, what's going to happen?
To check for a clean break. Pop your knife in and turn it 45-degree angle, and it should split cleanly.
Solid as a rock.
It has. I'm going to use my curd half and cut the curds into 5mm or 1/5 of an inch cubes, cutting the horizontals with the curd carp and the verticals with the curd knife, trying to get them as small as possible. And it's pretty hard to do that with a curd cutter and a curd knife, so use a whisk and just stab it up and down, and you'll get the size that you're after.
I think this bloke knows what he's talking about.
Allow the curds to heal for 5 minutes. So you can take this opportunity to test the pH of the curds before we proceed any further, just to make sure that they have acidified. Now the normal pH of milk is about 6.6, so I'm just going to check to make sure it's at about 6.4, which is about what you would expect for this amount of elapsed time. So once you're finished with the pH meter, just turn it off, and don't forget to rinse it. I'm just rinsing again with the distilled water from the squeeze bottle, and then just set that aside. Now back to the cheese. We're going to raise the temperature of the curds to 38 degrees Celsius or 100 Fahrenheit over the period of 45 minutes, and we're going to stir it continuously. So I'm just adjusting the temperature on my sous vide or precision cooker there up to the right temperature.
Very nice.
And just stir it gently for 45 minutes.
This cheese was really tasty. I was surprised for a pasta filata cheese. They usually don't have
the right size as far as I
heck of a lot of flavour.
So I decided to go back to the whisk and just stir them with that. So after the 45 minutes, you can see that the curds are about the right size, which is fantastic. And it's ready to proceed on to the next step.
What's the next step?
So just remove your spoon, and we're going to allow the curds to settle and hold at the target temperature for 30 minutes. This will help increase the acidification of the curds.
The acidification of the curds, yes.
So just remove the heat. I'm just taking the water out of the water bath and just removing the precision cooker. There we go. Just set that aside because I am going to use it later. So I'm just taking the pot out of the sink, removing the trivet, and I've got another pot that I've sanitised with some boiling water. There we go. And I'll put the colander lined with cheesecloth over the top of that pot. So we're going to drain the curds, and we're going to retain the whey. We're going to use the whey to keep the curds warm for a little bit more acidification. So I got a little bit too much there, so just tip some out. That's okay. And you can use the whey for a lovely ricotta afterwards, or you can watch the 15 ways with whey video in the info card now. So I'm just pressing the curds down, popping a lid on top, and we're going to keep those warm. So to do that, I'm going to refill the water bath and use the whey as a heat sink to keep the curds warm whilst they're draining. So I'm going to put the precision cooker back in and keep the whey at 38 degrees Celsius or 100 Fahrenheit for about 2 hours. And then at 30 minutes, I'm going to start testing every 15 minutes.
And test he does.
Now, why do we do that? Because The curds will only stretch when they're at a target pH of between 5.3 and 5. So I'm testing now. So I tested 15 minutes ago. You can see a hole in the curds there. And we've reached a pH of 5.09. Now, you'll know it's the right reading when the little hourglass stops flashing. So it's a stable reading there at 5.09. So we're in the right range to stretch the curds. So we can move on to the next step, and that's place the curds in a large bowl and break into thumb-sized pieces. I'm just getting the salt ready. But before we do that, we need to know how much the curds weigh. So we're going to weigh the curds on my scale. So the curds weighed 1,145 grams, or 1.145 kilograms, which equals 2 pounds 8 ounces. So we're going to need 2% salt, which is 22.9 grams or 0.8 ounces of salt. So we're going to weigh that, and just zeroed the scale there. I'm going to sprinkle over the top until we hit the right measurement. So salt not only adds flavour, but it actually stops the acidification of the curds. So I'm just going to transfer it back to the big bowl because it's easier to mill. Make sure I get everything out there, and then mix the salt through the curds. Just a quick pause. I'm engrossed. I'm engrossed. Right, so what are we doing? We're at 3 minutes. Carrier services have been suspended. We're just about ready to jump. So let's go back to the jump screen, shall we? How do you adjust the pH? pH is all about time, chef. So, yeah, you adjust the pH. The pH adjusts itself. As the lactic bacteria eat the lactose, they produce acid, and then more and more acid as it goes along. So you've just got to make sure you hit the mark and don't overshoot. If you overshoot, then the curds won't stretch, unfortunately. So yeah, you've got to hit that right pH target of 5.3 to 5.0, and the curds will stretch when you put them in hot water and won't ooze out any fat or proteins. It's pretty cool stuff. So we'll get to see that after the next jump. So we'll jump now, and then we'll do the next one. Be right back. Okay, Keith, no problems, mate. Right, nearly ready. And we're just about to go. I was just about to say something like I could watch this all day, but we will be. Well, at least 2.5 hours, maybe 3 hours of it. Engage. Funny thing is, I don't know if there are any hitchhikers. But it's loud, isn't it? Whew. Let's just turn that down a bit. Right, so I made the second jump.
The fleet carrier has arrived at Col 359 sector UZ-W A87-0.
Okay. So we're 1,000 light years away from where we started so far. I can leave my seat. Okay. Well, I've got 3 minutes to wait, so we can't really see. Unless I go back to the ship, we can't really see what sector we're in. Oh, sorry, we can see what sector we're in. We can't see what it looks like outside. Quiet. Be quiet, doggos. Be quiet, Bonnie. This is not the dog stream, this is the cheese stream. Quiet! Oh, goodness me. They're quiet. I've got to let them out. Right. Stay there. I think they had too many beans in them. Alright. Alrighty. Brad's fishing and stuff. Oh, g'day, Brad. I'll be heading to the rally point tonight. I'm bringing my carrier, Drums in the Deep. I'll be taking the squadron carrier. Oh, okay, cool. Alright, so let's have a look. What's the system look like? Oh, very unassuming, isn't it? Has it been discovered by anybody before? Yes. People know. People have been here before. Oh, no first footfall or anything. I haven't discovered anything. I don't want to sit. I don't want to go and explore between jumps. So let's get back out of the ship again. I can do the next jump from here actually. Let's go to carrier services, and if we go to carrier management, I can do it all from here. There it is. Have we cooled down? We've got 52 seconds to cool down. So Brad, I don't think we've met. I'm not sure. Anyway, welcome to the stream. Love to see you, mate. But yeah, it's good being part of a squadron, isn't it? I certainly enjoy it. Alright, so we'll get this, the next leg of the jump sorted. Let me just find Spanch so I can find the next. So I jumped to that one. We're currently at Col 359 sector UZWA87 TAC 0. Yes, we've done that. Right, so we're going to there next. Yep, okay. Right. Open the galaxy map, put in the next coordinates. Out another 500. Oh, there's not much around this star, is there? Bit of a black hole. Well, I won't say that. Anyway, I don't want to go in a black hole. We're going to go visit a black hole.
Fleet carrier jump to Blair Eon QQNA 6-0 near Blair Eon QQNA 6-0 has now been initiated.
Yes, it has. Thank you very much. So we'll just get out of that, jump out of the buggy, and we'll go sit in the captain's chair, and then I'll provide some in-flight entertainment again. And while we're doing that, I'm going to go make a cup of coffee and find out where the dogs went.
Off to the command deck. Alright, there we are. There's the big cheese's chair. That's me. It's a bit of a weird sort of spin, isn't it? Alright, so he's sitting there, he's ready to go. Let's restart the in-flight entertainment. Before I do, Sar said there is the local cheese here is kefili. Yes, it is. I love kefili. I love making kefili. It's so easy, Keith. So anyway, so let's continue and have a look at what the pizza mozzarella is going to do for us. All right, and then I'll just go make a cup of coffee while we're watching that. There we go.
With clean hands, of course. I regularly clean my hands during the cheese making process. I'm going to allow the salt to absorb into the curds for 5 minutes. So we're now going to add hot water, which is 95 degrees Celsius or 203 Fahrenheit. It's just boiled, so I'm just pouring that over the curds that we milled earlier. So we're going to begin to stretch the curds until they have a shiny and a smooth surface. But before I do that, I'm going to break the curd mass and divide it into 2 equal sized pieces. So I'm going to begin to stretch each piece, and as you can see, because it's at the right pH, it stretches really well. Now only stretch each piece 3 times. You don't want to break up the proteins in the curds too much, because it won't be stringy anymore. There we go, fold the back over. So now once we've stretched it, we're going to place the curds into a large rectangle basket, and we're going to rest it under the hot water to make it form into a rectangle. Now I just turned that over just to make sure that there were no gaps or air gaps, and pressed it down. You can see there I'm using heavy duty rubber gloves. Very essential because you don't want to burn your hands. This water is really hot. So we're going to sprinkle 1 teaspoon of salt over the surface of the cheese, just in case some of that salt absorbed into the hot water. So I'm just pressing it down just to make sure there's no air bubbles in it. Then after a little while, just turn the slab over, back in the rectangle again. I'm going to sprinkle another teaspoon over the top of the surface of the cheese. There we go. You can tip all the way out. Now we're going to place the cheese in the basket. I just put it into that little bowl that I used first. Put it in the kitchen fridge for 24 hours.
24 hours later.
So I removed the cheese from the basket at about 12 hours when it was in the fridge, because it was starting to dry out, so then I wrapped it in plastic wrap. So 12 hours in plastic wrap, and I thought, yep, let's try it and see what it looks like. It's formed a solid slab. It hasn't sunk like quick mozzarella would, and you can see there it's a little bit wonky, but that's no big deal. It doesn't affect the taste of the cheese. It's not going to the Royal Melbourne show, that's for sure. But the pattern looks really cool from the basket as well. So now we can use it. And I'm just taking some of the wrap off there, and you just cut the cheese. You can see there's no air bubbles, so I did a pretty good job there. There's a couple of little ones there where I didn't press it down properly, but it's certainly stringy, as you can see from that piece there. Now this will keep in the kitchen fridge in wrap for about 7 days, and it can be frozen, so you can frozen on chunks of it, defrost them and grate them later.
Chunks, I like chunks.
So it can be grated or sliced as required. So let's use the pizza mozzarella to make pizza.
A pizza. Very cool, very proud of this. So, how's it taste? Well, let's give it a go, shall we? Pizza. Not only is the pizza amazing, but so is the cheese. The cheese melts perfectly. Beautiful looking pizzas. The cheese, pizza mozzarella, is well worth making. Anyway, back to Gav. So that was a fairly easy process, as you can see, and I'm so glad I hit the right pH target, and I wouldn't have done that without the pH meter for cheese. So if you're in Australia and you want to purchase the Halo 2 pH meter for cheese and the various solutions that you saw during the video, then click the link in the description and use the coupon code CHEESEMAN at the checkout to get 10% off these products from Hannah Instruments Australia. Now don't forget that you can purchase your cheese making equipment and supplies from littlegreenworkshops.com.au. We ship all over the world. You can also find a link to the recipe in the description down below. Now I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, hit the like button or leave a comment with your thoughts about pizza mozzarella and the process. Well, thanks for watching, Curd Nerds, and I'll see you next time. I don't know why they didn't come up. Stop. Right, what are we doing? We're back to the jump. Here we are. I'll just get rid of my Curd Nerd friend there. Very cool. Yeah, so that's all going well. Well, the jump. We will feature another wonderful cheese soon. Might even do Caerphilly. What do you reckon, Keith? That would be cool. So lockdown in 5 minutes. Oh, goodness me. I never said this was going to be the most exciting stream, that's for sure. So 3 jumps down. This will be the 4th jump. 2, 3, 4, 5 to go until we get to our destination. The doggos are waiting for another biscuit. Better give them one. They like a bit of Scotch finger. Seeing their Scotty dogs. There you go. West Highland Terriers. So 6 minutes to the next jump. I'll just get the cable at the back. Bloody my headphone cable. Anyway. Did you know that my doggos have their own channel? I might as well show you while I'm here. Let's find that. The Hamish and Bonnie channel.
Today, hey.
Oh, that's funny. All right. Just a quick. So they got their own. Our doggos have got their own channel, Hamish and Bonnie, who are down here waiting for another biscuit. And there's no more biscuits, guys. No more biscuits. So they do skits. Where's the funniest one? I think, well, mind you, I think they're all funny. The one, how long does that go? That one goes for 2 minutes. Let's watch this one. Chips. Oh, somebody dropped it. Oh, I crack up at my own videos. Oh, throw the hat in the ring. Coming to get the chip. Oh, Woody. He's going to zip line down. Good on you, Woody. Did you see that, Bonnie?
Yeah, Woody took our chip, Hamish.
Well, hello there, little lady. Say, little missy, notice any trouble around these parts?
You talk about me, Woody? Hilarious. Hilarious. Oh, goodness me. Back to the game. What the heck's the game doing? Right, that was the Hamish and Bonnie and their Wild Wild West story. Very nice. I like that. Crazy. Keith, my favourite mug has Mr. Grumpy on one side and number misunderstood on the other. Yeah, mine has, well, this one has, can we go to the big screen? This one has Make Cheese Not War. I like this one. It's in the merch store, merch.cheeseman.tv if you want to go and check it out. You want back to the game? Got a minute of the jump to go. I also do gardening, if anybody's interested. I got some nice gardening videos. I got lots of channels. So that was the Doggo channel, and you saw the cheese channel before. But we'll wait until this jump's finished, and then I'll pop over. We'll do some gardening, shall we? That'll be lovely. Let's do some gardening. Or some such thing. I'm sure I've got something more entertaining. Got another channel. It's called the Gavin and Kim channel. We're going to check that out. Go and lie down, Hamish. There's nothing to see here. I know you're watching yourself on telly then. Right, nearly ready.
Attention. Counting down to jump. 5, 4,
3, 2, 1. feels like I'm at the helm of a carrier too. Very cool. And all of a sudden, we're there.
The fleet carrier has arrived at Blair Eon, QQ Deshen A6-0.
Yes, QQ. QQ. Alright, so let me just have a look at my map. So we've arrived there. So we've done 1, 2, 3. We've done 3 jumps? I thought we'd done 4 jumps. Alright, doesn't matter. The next... reactivating services. Okay, so can I see what's going down here? Won't have to move from a chair this time. So we still have 3 minutes of cooldown time. So the tank is at 74%. Cool. Very cool. And I've got heaps in the tank still. So we'll do another jump as soon as the cooldown has finished. And I've got a little sector that I want to go and have a look at, which is another 500 light years from here. So just so you know, we've got 24,345 more light years to travel in this entire journey to Sagittarius A. We're not doing it all today. We're jumping 4,500 light years at a time. So we're doing blocks of 4,500. Then we're going to wait 2 days, go and explore the systems around, jump back on the carriers again, and then we're going to jump another 4,500 light years. So another 9 jumps, and then we get out. So this whole exploration thing, because I've never been to Sagittarius A, and that's why I jumped on board, literally. And we're going to go and see what's out there. It's going to be lovely, really nice. I know it's taking a long time, but that's what happens in space. Space is big. It's so mind-numbingly big, apparently, according to Douglas Adams. Never been there yet, but we are hurtling through space at the moment on our planet, on our big blue-green marble. So 1 minute to go till carrier cooldown. Must get nice and hot, those frame shift drives. Right, so I got my route plotted. Oh, more coffee. Okay, Keith, have fun, mate. Have a good evening. Have a good sleep. See you in the morning. Possibly another stream. Yeah, tomorrow we're going to be doing some exploring at the rendezvous point. That'll be cool. I'll do that after the cheese. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll schedule it after the cheese live stream, which I have on the Gavin Weber channel, and then I'll raid. There's no such thing on YouTube, but I will redirect all of the cheese people over to my exploration stream. That sounds interesting. I wonder if I can do that. Should be able to. Anyway, have a good one, Keith. Good night, mate. Okay, so we can now open Sag Galaxy map.
and jump to our next spot. No, that's where I am now. You duffer. I want the next one. That one. Right. Get rid of that. Put that one in. Another 500. Whoop. So how far is that away from where we're going? Oh, goodness me. So that's the rendezvous point there. I hardly feel like I made a dent in it. Oh no, we have made a big dent in it. We're like halfway there. We started over here somewhere. So we've made it to here. Next jump's to there. And then we got 4 more jumps after that to get to the first rendezvous point. Alright, so let's set the destination.
Fleet carrier jump to Blair Eon ESD 5-21, near Blair Eon ESD 5-21A, has now been initiated.
Very cool. So, time for some more in-flight entertainment. Where the heck did I put my YouTubes? It's here, I think. Let me have a look. One second, I'll be with you in a minute. Looking for gardening. So many diverse hobbies I have. Today we're learning to grow beans. We're going to learn to grow beans? Yeah, why not? Climbing beans. Let's do that. For shits and giggles. Or do we want to see the ducks? Let's... the ducks. Where's the ducks? I love the ducks. The ducks were cool. Ducks. DuckTales, day 1. Right, here we go. Now we're waiting for the carrier jump. Here we are. So this is my swimming pool. Not the cleanest of pools, it is now, but here we go. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Imagine my surprise when I walked to the pool today and saw these cuties. Cute little ducklings swimming around in the pool. Now, it wasn't that much of a surprise because Kim and I had discovered a nest in some of the bushes that we have behind the pool area, right next to that bench on the right hand side. Now notice the dogs have discovered the little ducklings as well as the mama duck, and love having a bit of a run around the pool fence. Now, don't be too worried because they cannot get to the ducklings because there is a glass fence between them and the ducks. So, please enjoy what I'm calling day 1 of our DuckTales. So earlier on in the morning, the little ducklings were having trouble getting up onto the pebble dash. So I filled the pool up so that it was at the top of the tile line. Now, we were a bit concerned because one of the little ducklings, in a minute, decides to go for a little bit of a wander underneath the pool fence, and that's the territory of Hamish and Bonnie. So what Kim has done now is put a little cardboard barrier, and you'll see that in tomorrow's video. That chair is not normally there, that's duck protection. Anyway, they have really enjoyed swimming around today and eating all the little bugs and insects off of the surface of the pool. Now you'll notice that the pool is slightly green, just a little bit, because I knew they were coming, so I stopped the chemicals in the pool, and we will let that go green a little bit over the next 2 weeks because I don't want to harm the ducks. So the ducklings follow the mama duck everywhere, and she was sensible enough to take them to the paddling pool where they had a bit of a paddle. It's a little bit warmer in there, so I'm not sure if they like it. It's just that because it's a smaller volume of water, it heats up quicker than the rest of the pool. Anyway, they're having a great time chasing their mum around the swimming pool. So cute. Love ducklings. So having ducks is not new to us. About 3 years ago, whether it was the same mother duck or not, decided to lay a clutch of eggs in about the same place. And we didn't realise there were any ducks until they actually hatched. At least this time we knew where to look around this time of the year. So it's not strange for us to have a raft of ducklings swimming around the pool for about 2 weeks. Carrier jump. After about 2 weeks they're strong enough, and the mother duck takes and guides the ducklings who's have become much stronger to the nearest duck pond, and there are 2 duck ponds around our neighbourhood where they will just walk all the way. Sometimes they wait 8 weeks and they will just fly away. However, I think after about 2 weeks they'll be sick of the dogs and we will guide them off the property. Duck videos. Never thought I'd be creating those in my old age. Even after just a day of learning to swim, they're quite confident little swimmers, as you can see, and they're getting even better at jumping out of the pool. I'm so glad that I filled the pool up as full as I dare, and it really helps the little ducklings get in and out of the pool and going to hide in their nest at night with the mama duck. Now during the day I noticed it got a little bit chilly, and when they all got out of the pool they all hid underneath the mum's belly to stay warm. It was very cute. Overload of cuteness is all I can say. Brings joy to my heart. Now as the ducklings swim off into the sunset and it's time for duckling bedtime, we will see you again in a day or so with progress on how the ducks are handling living in our swimming pool. So until then, this is Gavin, and Kim is helping film the series, and we will see you with more duck tales very soon. Excellent. Love the duck tales. What a great channel. What a great channel. I need to go back so we can see the other DuckTales. DuckTales, where's the other one? Oh, here it is. DuckTales Day 2. And then we got Cleaning Up the Mess. Alright, so we'll do that in a minute. Let's get back to the carrier. Here we are. Very diverse today, aren't we? Very diverse. Oh,
They're actually, I think they're, I'll say in the next video, Pacific ducks. G'day, Paul. Lovely to see you, mate. We're doing carrier jumps today. I've got 5 more jumps to do after this one. It's very exciting. That's why we're having the in-flight entertainment is what we're kind of doing, which is good fun. So they're a native Australian duck breed. But in the next video we learn more about that, because I did some research in between filming each one. In fact, we've probably got a bit of time. Let's just have a look-see. How long does the second video go for? The next one goes for 12 minutes, so we'll wait until after the jump. But yeah, that'll make more sense. So we got, what, 5 minutes before the jump? Yeah, we can learn about growing beans. How's that sound? Sounds like fun to me.
Today we're learning to grow beans.
We are.
Beans are some of the easiest vegetables to grow. You can grow them for the pods, or you can grow them for their seeds. And the seeds you can use in cooking, as well as the pods. And the
Who's
pods
that good-looking
are known
bloke?
as green beans or string beans. They grow vertically, as you can see here, up a nice big structure. And they grow to quite a height, sometimes even higher than 2 meters. So this variety here is a stringless pioneer bean. This one's from the Diggers Club, and they are quite a normal looking bean. It's just a brown bean like that. These ones are mainly grown for the pods, so for the string beans that you can pick off and eat as green beans. This one's called Blue Lake. It's a white bean. Can be used for cooking, but it's better used for green beans. And this variety here is Kentucky Wonderwax, which is a yellow potted bean, and they have these brown seeds. So planting beans is easy. All you have to do is grab the bean. I'm going to grab a couple here. You grab your dibber, and well, I know there's none here, so you go double the depth of the size of the bean. So the bean's about that size, so I've gone down about 1 inch. Pop the bean seed in and cover it over. I'll do the same on this side. Pop it in, and then we water. So I water the beans once a day before they come up, and then regularly as you go along. Make sure you plant some beans about once every week, so a few beans every week, and then you'll get some succession planting. So beans take between 5 to 7 days to raise their little heads, and you can see from this time lapse that the beans only took 24 hours from when they first appeared on the surface of the soil to being fully up and their first true leaves out and spread for the whole world to see.
Lovely time lapse. That is. I enjoy doing that. That was at night. I actually had to put a light there, and the sun came up. It's like the beans are waving to me.
Now beans are ready to pick in pod form in about 9 weeks. However, if you want to eat the seeds or the beans themselves in cooking, then they will take about another 3 weeks after that for the pods to dry out and be ready to crack open and harvest the seeds. So make sure that your soil is well composted before you plant your beans, and that the soil is moist, not wet but moist, and don't forget that you plant them no further down than double the depth of the size of the bean.
Nice.
That way they'll germinate within that 5 to 7 days and still have nice strong roots. To make sure they grow nice and strong, just I regularly feed them with a liquid fertiliser. I use power feed, which is fish based and seaweed based. Gives them a nice boost every week, produces lots of flowers, which then turn into the bean pods. So that's how to grow beans. These ones were put in on the 6th of November. It's now the 17th and they just raised their heads last night, and you would have seen that time-lapse footage. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed the video, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe and share the video. Well, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Oh, I'll give him a thumbs up. Good on you. That's the Gavin and Kim channel, by the way, if you haven't seen that before. Thanks, Gavin and Kim channel. Absolutely lovely. That's how you do beans. Beans are cool. I like beans. Looks like I'll have to, very soon I'll be planting some more. That was November last year. Paul says I should send you my wife's Greek green bean recipe. That would be lovely, Paul. You've got my email address. Shoot it through. I'll have more green beans in about, well, I don't know, 8 weeks maybe. But yeah, they were lovely beans. That Pioneer version, after this carrier jump. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Right now, it looks like we're there. Ooh, oh, there's the sun. Oh, A star. It's not our sun. It's
The
A
fleet
star.
carrier has arrived at Blair Eon, IH-S D5-21.
Very nice. All right, so let's go to carrier management, and we'll wait the mandatory 3 minutes. So cooldown time, and we got to wait. So we're down to 666 units of tritium. Let me have a look at my... that's not the droids I was looking for. Looking for my next jump. So I'm at Blair Eon. Right, so I'm there. The next one, okay. So we're going to the M20 sector next. Very exciting. So we currently have 23,846 light years to go. Not today, of course. That's to the final destination. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more jumps to go, which is a grand total of 2,000 light years ready to go. So after we've done the countdown, we'll be ready to plot the next route, which is very cool. And if you don't, I'll show the, I'll show. So I'm using a tool called Spanch. This is the fleet carrier router. And you can put in where you started, where you're going to. We're going to Sagittarius A. And then you hit the calculate button and it shows 499 light year jumps until you get all the way to Sagittarius A, which is the black hole at the center of the Milky Way Galaxy. So we're currently, so I've been ticking them off as we go along. So we're currently here. We've done 1, 2, 3, 4 jumps so far. We're going to attempt our 5th jump in a minute, and then we've only got 4 jumps after that. Until we get, this is the first rendezvous point down here. So
that'll be fun, fun in the sun. Right, so we've got a minute and a half before I can pop in the next coordinate, the M20. So I'll just copy that there. And then we'll play some more in-flight entertainment. So we do DuckTales number 2. I'm pretty sure that would be cool. Oh, Nerd Canny, hello, how are you? Love to see you. Hey, just a heads up, I'll be lurking. I have a D&D. I'll be chatting when I can. D&D? Dungeons and Dragons? Is that what you're doing? Yeah, cool. Okay, thanks, Nerd Candy. Very cool. Pop on and just check in, because we're doing in-flight entertainment in between 9 carrier jumps. So it's the only way I can keep it interesting, I suppose. I could talk here for weeks, but, you know, there's only so many things you can hear about me. Then we'll do another cheese video later. So we've already done pizza mozzarella. Somebody requested feta, so we could probably do that as well. I've got multiple feta videos. I'm sure they all go for about 15 minutes, which is the amount of time it takes to jump each carrier jump, or 18 minutes actually, because you've got to wait for the cooldown before you can put your coordinates in. Right, cooldown's finished. So let's put the new, there we go, we've got the M20 sector. Alright, how far away is that from our destination? Oh, well, we're well over halfway now. Oh no, we're halfway now. Yeah, so we're on the last leg now. So let's hit the route. All right. So while we were heading
jump to
for
M20
that,
sector SSGA 12-2 near M20 sector SSGA 12-2 has now been initiated.
okay. So while we're waiting for that to happen, where? Okay, so we wanted to do DuckTales number 2, didn't we? Yeah, let's do that. We want to find out what happened to the ducks. Where are they? Let's check out the second channel. Here we are. DuckTales. Well, welcome back to the DuckTales. Day 2 was very exciting. We first found the ducks in the pool. That's Bonnie, Hamish and I, as we walked out with our morning coffee. There they were, just swimming around doing their thing. Hello, duckies. Now, I've since discovered that the breed of duck is the Pacific black duck, and they frequent most of Australia's waterways, anywhere that's not really arid. So they finally started using the yoga mat that we placed in the pool so they could get in easily and out easily, but they never ended up using that anyway. Nice ducks. We watched them swim around for about half an hour, and they were doing their thing, dabbing as they do, trying to find little insects that float on the top of the water. But I noticed some peculiar behaviour from the mother duck. She was starting to look a little bit agitated. It could be because the dogs were also running around the outside of the pool area, around the fence, but she decided to retreat and go into her nest.
Hello, duck cam. Go on, off you go, mother duck. Go and hide back in your nest. Love the way to see that the baby ducks are waiting to see what they're doing. There they go, going to hide. Back out again. So after about a 1 hour nap, I noticed that she was still agitated, and you could see by her behaviour she was looking for a way out of the pool area. Be free! The ducklings didn't care, so taking her ducklings with her, she decided to do a full lap of the perimeter looking for a way out. So she's going behind the furniture to the wall of the garage, pops around the corner in a second, still looking for a way out of the pool area. So cute. David Attenborough, eat your heart out. I just love the way she takes the ducklings with her everywhere. So not being able to find an escape path, she retreated back to the pool. So I had to come up with a cunning plan. Ah, cunning plan, my lord. Righto. Good on your Baldric. The Baldric has a plan. Come on, ducks. So my cunning plan was to set up little barriers throughout the garden and open up the garage door. You're leaving, come on. But Mrs. Ducky wasn't having a bar of that and decided that she wouldn't go through the open gate when I was there. So I had to modify my plan slightly and keep the pool gate ajar. So now that Mrs. Ducky had seen that I had moved away from the gate, she started to scope it out a little bit. Glad I got a glass pool fence. No, the coast was not clear apparently as far as she was concerned, so it was back into the pool again. Now I'm over there, way over the other side of the yard, and I've got this on telephoto, so zoomed right in. So she just spied the open gate and is now deciding it's time for the Great Escape. The Great Escape, great movie by the way. So like Steve McQueen on his motorbike, she was off with entourage in tow.
So I kept my distance and put the camera at full zoom so that she would not get upset by me following her out of the premises. That way. That way. This way. No. That way.
Don't get upset with me.
That way. That way. Don't you get upset at me. Go that way. Keep going. Good girl. That way. So with one final hiss, she saw the open garage door, and Mrs. Ducky has left the building.
Good on you, Elvis.
So just to make sure that nobody ran her over as she decided to cross the road, I kept my distance. Of course, a car came round, so I stopped them and let the duckies across the road. They were very nice about it, of course.
I don't know how she knows where she's going. I got no idea. Right, she's still in the neighbour's yard, going behind all the bushes. Eventually comes out on the other side.
There we go, Mama Duck. So I think she got a little bit lost there in the bushes, but her intention was to head west towards one of the closest duck ponds that we have to us. You can see here the little ducklings got kind of stuck, but Mama Duck waited for them until they all had jumped over the wooden barrier. Problem was that they could actually see through a crack, so they were trying to get through there first, but the clever ones eventually jumped over the top.
Bit of a drop for him, isn't it? Come on, duckies, you can do it. Oh, fly, be free. No one gets left behind. Come on, little fella, you can do it. Don't dig a hole. Gotta get his head through. He's trying. He's gonna get stuck. Oh, there he is. I don't know how he plopped out of there.
I'm sure that that was not the last of the obstacles that the little ducklings faced on the way to the duck pond.
Goodbye, little ducks. See you later. Tear. Right, figure out where you're going, Mrs. Duck. Yeah, there was a
Now there was
a big crow trying to
black
attack the chicks.
raven that decided to
Raven
threaten the little duck,
crow.
so I got a little bit closer. But thankfully, there was a willy wagtail, which is another protective bird species here in Australia, and the willy wagtail was chasing the raven away. The duck and the ducklings kept walking towards the pond. Now it's about here that I said goodbye and let nature do its thing, and hopefully they all made it to the duck pond.
I hope they did. I doubt it.
So when I got home, I decided to investigate the nest and found that there were 2 unfertilized eggs still in there. So instead of the dogs getting them and being very smelly, I decided to put them into the bin. So it's goodbye to Mrs. Ducky and her little ducklings for this year. Knowing her, she'll probably be back again next year or the year after with a new raft of ducklings. Very cool. Love the ducks. That's on the Gavin and Kim channel, by the way. Back to the game. We've got 2 minutes to go before the jump is finished. The jump starts and we get going. But yeah, very cool. Whew, jumps. Paul says, considering silver appleyard ducks for the orchard. Oh, very cool. There's a famous children's book called Make Way for Ducklings in Boston. They have a line of ducks that people visit. Very interesting indeed. I've actually seen in Europe somewhere they have geese and they follow a band and they're playing the xylophone as they're going along, and there's a marching guy in a suit before them, and they take the ducks out of the town from one pond to the other or something. Very European. I love it. But so far they're not back yet, or they haven't laid a clutch of eggs. Not in our pool area. No. I've only seen 2 ducks once. Anyway, I'll need to lose geese to guard the ducks. Yeah, they can be quite aggressive, can't they? But yeah, look, they'll clean up all the bugs and stuff, Paul, in your orchard. That'd be really cool. So carry jumping in 30 seconds. Oh, okay. Protect the ducks from the hawks. Yeah, for sure.
Attention. Counting down to jump. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We're going to go straight through the sun, are we? This is amazing. I don't know how we're going to do this. Boomer, how are you, mate? Doing okay today. The gout settled down in my foot, which is always a pain. And away we go. So Jeff, I hope everything's okay with you and yours, mate. We're on our way to the first rendezvous. Alright, so we've got 2 minutes.
Carrier has arrived at M20 sector SS-G A12-2.
Rightio, so we have made it to our next stop. Right, so we've jumped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. We've got 1, 2, 3. Oh, only 3 jumps. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I think, yeah, 3 until we get to the rendezvous point. I hope I'm going to the right place. Goodness me, it'd be terrible if I got lost. Whew. Alright, so we want to go to here again, carrier management. And like all good road trips, I've got to go and find a restroom, or as we call them at all in Australia, a dunny, and ease the springs. So we've got two and a half minutes before I can plug in the next coordinates, and then we get going. And then I'll put up some more in-flight entertainment. What can we do this time? So we've done ducks. We've done beans. Let's do some more cheese, shall we? Why not? Cheese, 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 cheese. And we'll look for feta Well, g'day, curd nerds. Today we're going to make a...
Stop talking, Mr. Man. Feta. We want feta. Greek feta. That's what we want. Yeah. Let's do that. Okay.
Well, g'day, curd.
G'day, curd nerds. Don't start just yet, mate. Right. Can I go back? Oh, there we go. Alright, so I've got the in-flight entertainment queued up. But yeah, we'll wait for the cooldown. Jump cooldown and we'll get going. Not as far as I thought. So we have 58% of the fuel left. 583 units of tritium still in the tank. So yeah, it's good. It's all good. Humour, you're on your way to do some exploitation. Yes, I am. Yep, everything is going good here. Friday evening, got home from work. Very cool, mate. Hope you're not far to retirement. I'm semi-retired. I still work in our shop, Little Green Workshops. It's not in the shop. We are living in the shop. But yeah, I do orders on Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays. We ship those out to our lovely customers. And yeah, so I don't work on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Well, I work on my hobbies like YouTube and gardening and stuff like that. So yeah, that's all good fun. I was watching the ducks. Good videoing. Thank you very much, mate. Yeah, it was good fun. I like putting stuff like that up on the Gavin and Kim channel. So yeah, good ducks. All right. So how much time we got? 5 seconds. Right. Nearly ready for the next one, and I can go to the toilet. Right. Here we go. So we want to go to that sector there, Drua. That's where we go next. Hey, here we go. Well, we're getting close. Right, so that's where we're going. And yeah, we're nearly 3/4 of the way. So we'll just set the carrier destination. Alrighty.
Fleet carrier jump to Droju VOX D2-30 near Droju VOX D2-30A has now been initiated.
Yes, the carrier jump has been initiated. Let's just go to the second screen and we will learn how to make Greek feta. Oh yeah, whilst I go to the toilet. This is a 14-minute and 11-second video. Here we go.
Well, g'day, curd nerds.
G'day, curd
Today
nerds.
we're going to be making traditional feta.
I'll be back.
Now, as you know, I've made feta a few times before. I made one with cow's milk, I made one with goat's milk. Now, always wanting to try something new. This time I've managed to get my hands on some sheep's milk, some raw sheep's milk that I pasteurised, but that's another video. So I've combined the sheep's milk with some goat's milk in the right ratios as per the Greek regulations on how they make cheese. So I put that together and I've got two lovely big fetas in the brine at the moment. Now I'm going to brine those for quite a few months to get the real fermented sort of flavour of traditional Greek feta.
So you'll need 3.5 litres or 3.5 quarts of ewe's milk, 1 litre of goat's milk, which I'm adding there, 1/8 of a teaspoon of mesophilic culture, 1/4 of a teaspoon or 1.25 millilitres of liquid rennet in 1/4 of a cup of non-chlorinated water, and I'm using single strength rennet there,
a quarter of a teaspoon or 1.25 millilitres of calcium chloride in a quarter of a cup of non-chlorinated water. And you'll also need a brine solution. It's a saturation of 10%, which I'll talk about a little bit later. So you can start bringing your milk up to the right temperature, and we're going to heat it up to 30 degrees Celsius, which is 86 degrees Fahrenheit. There we go, we're at the right temperature there. And the next thing we're going to do, just take the utensils out there. And we're going to add our mesophilic starter culture, sprinkle that over the top. So I'm using a Mad Millie mesophilic sachet there. You can use an eighth of a teaspoon. This sachet contains an eighth of a teaspoon of the starter culture. I've measured it. So that works equally as well. So I'm going to allow that to rehydrate now for about 5 minutes. Just making sure there's no starter culture on my spoon. And we're just going to cover it there. So not only does the lid keep the heat in, it stops any dust or fluff getting into your cheese or your milk. So once you have waited that 5 minutes, just give it a stir. We're just stirring in the starter culture there. So I usually stir this for about a minute, just to make sure that the starter culture has been incorporated into the milk. Then I do a final check of the temperature of the milk, and it's crept up a couple of degrees there, but that's okay. Not too much to worry about. Still within the range of the mesophilic starter culture. So pop the lid back on. I'm going to allow that to ripen now for 1 hour. So 1 hour later, take the lid off. Give it a bit of a stir just to make sure the milk is mixed up and the temperature is even. We're going to add the calcium chloride now. And the calcium chloride will help the curd set better because we pasteurise the milk. It adds back soluble calcium to the milk to allow the rennet to coagulate it better. So here's the diluted rennet. Just pour that in now while we're stirring. And we give that a stir for no more than 1 minute. Now if we stir it longer, we may find that the curds are starting to set and you'll actually break and fracture them. So we'll pop the lid on now, and we're going to let that set or coagulate for 1 hour. So an hour later, we're just going to check for a clean break. There's a couple of ways you can do this. Use a curd knife. And that is a very good clean break. So it has set very well.
Attention, carrier jump sequence has been initiated.
So I'm going to cut the curd now. Now it set so well that it was actually quite difficult to cut. Now I'm going to cut the curd into 1.25 centimetre or half-inch cubes. So I'm just doing that there with my curd knife. I used my curd harp before to do the horizontal cuts. Makes it a little bit easier. If you don't have a curd harp, you can just do the next series of cuts at a 45-degree angle all the way around, and you'll get the same size cubes. Pop the lid back on, and we're going to let the cubes heal now for 5 minutes. It just makes it easier to stir so they don't fracture later on. Okay, you can see a little bit of whey floating on the top there. That's a good sign that everything's okay. So we're gently lifting them at the moment, just to make sure that the cubes are cut evenly. And it looks like most of them are, which is good. So don't get too vigorous at this early stage, but just gently lifting the curds. then once some more whey starts to expel, then we can get a little bit more vigorous. Well, I wouldn't say vigorous. We just stir it gently for the allotted duration. So if you need to cut any of the curds at this stage, just do that with the side of your spoon. But now we're going to stir continuously for 20 minutes. So 20 minutes later, the curd shrinks a fair bit. It's down to about the size of, I'd say most of them about the size of a peanut. So you see a fair bit of whey has been expelled there as well. I think let the curds now settle to the bottom of the pot. Just makes it a little bit easier to pour them out when we're draining. So let those settle for about 5 minutes. So over to the sink area, and we're just going to pour that through a cloth lined colander. Now, the curds are fairly firm, so don't have to be too delicate about it. So once you've got all your curds, you need to scrape it out with clean hands, obviously.
Back again, clean hands.
Once you've got them all in there, we're going to let them drain now for a while. Make sure you get every single bit of those precious little curds. Okay, we're going to let them drain for 30 minutes now.
All right, just a quick update on where we are on our jump. Let's just have a quick look. Send you a friend request in game. Okay, thanks, Jeff. Very cool. Enjoy that, and we'll have a look at that in a sec. So we've got 6 minutes 20 seconds to go before we jump. What was I going to do? Not much. We're going to finish off the cheese making video. So let's get back to that and have a quick look. See how can I do this? There we go. So 30 minutes later, they have shrunk, and all the whey, not all the whey, a fair bit of the whey has drained out. So we're going to scoop half of the curds into each of the two baskets. So I've got two baskets there. They're just square feta baskets lined with a cheesecloth. I've just used one cheesecloth between the two of them. So I'm just scooping half of the curd that I've got in the colander into each one, just to make them about the same size roughly. So the curds doesn't tend to stick to the cheesecloth, which is good. Makes it fairly easy to get out of the colander there. Cool music.
So once you've done that, just fold a bit of the cheesecloth over the top of the curds. Then I'm going to use two other baskets to make a very rudimentary press. So they're kind of like followers. Just squeezing some whey out of the cheesecloth that's there. Now I'm going to put some weight on top in a second. There we go. Just make sure they're kind of balanced. So the easiest way to make a weight is to fill up the milk cartons. Now the 2 litre milk cartons here in Australia seem to fit perfectly into the feta baskets.
Perfectly.
So I'm just filling them up with cold water. And we're going to press those at 2 kilograms or 4.4 pounds for 2 hours. Usually they don't fall over or anything.
Ooh.
It seems to work like a very nice little home rudimentary press.
Peppermint tea. Very nice.
So 2 hours later, just take the milk cartons out. And we're going to remove the cheese from the moulds. we go. Now the cheese didn't stick to the cloths, came out quite simply. And what I'm going to do again is just give the cheesecloth a bit of a squeeze and line those 2 feta baskets again and turn the cheese over and put them into the feta baskets again. Okay, once that's done, just pop the cheesecloth over the top again and same pressing again for another 2 hours. There we go, followers on top, and you've got your milk bottles on top as well.
Very nice.
There we go. So 2 hours later, we're just going to take the milk bottles off for a final time. We're going to remove everything from the baskets. I'm going to place into a 10% brine solution, which I've made earlier.
Here's one I made earlier. Very cool.
So just going to take the cheese out of the cheesecloths first. So a 10% brine solution is fairly simple. So I'm using 2 litres of cooled boiled water, which is the same as 2 quarts, 250 grams of non-iodised salt. I'm using 1 tablespoon of white vinegar and 1 teaspoon of calcium chloride. Now I find that makes the brine solution pH balanced, so it's the same pH as what the cheese is. If you don't have a balanced brine, you'll find the cheese gets slimy. So it needs to be between 5.2 and 4.8 a pH. You can test that with pH test tubes. So leave the brine at room temperature for at least 3 to 4 days before eating. It'll absorb enough salt at that time. However, feta can be stored for a long time. Traditional Greek feta is stored for between 4 and 12 months. So that's how long I'm going to store mine for. So 4 months for one piece and eat the other piece straight away. But we'll have a taste test on the feta coming up soon.
Well, that sounds like something for the next jump.
Back to Gav.
Back to Gav. What's Gav doing?
So there you go, fairly easy to make traditional Greek feta. The only problem is getting your hands on the raw materials. Goat's milk, not so bad. It's sheep's milk here, well, where I am anyway, is difficult to get. I'd like to thank Graham Strong for providing me with the milk. He owns a property called Arcadia Saltbush Lamb and is doing a bit of an experiment on milking ewes there. So he sent me down some frozen raw ewe's milk and I've made that. I've pasteurised it and I've made that into the traditional Greek feta.
Right, I think it's time for the carrier jump. Let's get back to the game. Nearly there, 28 seconds to go. Thank you, Gav, for that entertaining in-flight, entertainment. What we do need is the taste test for the Greek feta. That's what we'll be doing next. 3, 2, 1, engage! Go, Captain Picard! And we're off. And we're away. Thanks, Jeff. Yeah, cheese videos are great fun. The jumps never get old, indeed. I love them. That's why I flick back to them, because they are good. Hopefully we're not going to go through a star this time when we land. And we're there. And we're not facing a star this time.
The fleet carrier has arrived at Droju, VO-X D2-30.
Droju, righto. Thanks. All the hangars are opening back up again. Let me just get my... right, so we're at Droju. So we've got 1, 2 more jumps to go, and we should be there. We should be there in 2 jumps.
1, 2. Yes, I had miscalculated. Alright, so there we are, back in the game. Let's go back to our little board. Okay, so we can't plug it in yet. We've still got 3 minutes to go. So who enjoyed the cheese making video? That was real Greek feta with 70% sheep's milk and 30% goat's milk. That was my most favourite feta that I've ever made. It was such a good cheese. I cannot stress that enough. It was delicious. It was crumbly and creamy, and I did let one of the pieces mature for 4 months in the brine, just in the kitchen fridge at 4 degrees Celsius. And I tell you what, it's better. Well, I can't say it's better. It's not better than the DOP, the authentic version of Greek feta, which many Greeks on the channel will tell you is far superior than anything that I made. But that's just pride. But I went and bought a piece of feta, real feta from Greece, that we can get over, and you can only get really small blocks. And I tried it, and mine was almost as good, probably the same, as good as that one. So yeah, it was really good. I enjoyed it. No sheep milk here. I should make some next trip to Greece. Yeah, you go to Greece quite often, don't you, Paul? I'd love to do that. Have I ever been to Greece? No, I have not. I had to think about that there. Thanks, Jeff. In Greece they have 20 feet counted just for feta. Yeah, I bet they got so many different types. Different regions, different flavours from the milk, from the environment and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, absolutely fantastic. I love feta. Love it in salads. And we made this dish. I haven't got the recipe for it. It was amazing. It was a chicken dish. It had chicken, cherry tomatoes. It had a whole block of Greek feta in the centre in our baking tray, big baking tray, one of those scan pans, the big roasting pan it is, yeah. And it had cherry tomatoes around it and something else and chicken, and I can't remember what the heck it was. And it had herbs and stuff all over, fresh herbs over the top. It could have had some potatoes, I'm not sure, maybe. Anyway, and then the feta roasted in it, and then we stirred through once the feta went all gooey because of the heat from the oven. We stirred it all together. I think we tossed pasta through it. That's what we did. It was like a pasta sauce. Oh, it was absolutely beautiful. Paul said there's a nice spinach dish with rice and a little feta on top. Indeed. Yeah, I know where you're coming from, Paul. And there's I love the way they put feta into phyllo pastry as well, and make those. I think they put a little bit of spinach for those as well. I don't know what the name of them are, but anyway, enough waffling. Let's go to the next jump. Hopefully I got it right. No, that's where we are right now. Let's bring up. Alright, so I want to go to that one. That one. 500 light years this away. So set the destination. And we're nearly there.
Fleet carrier jump to Droju Sawai C-17-8, near Droju Sawai C-17-8, has now been initiated.
Okay, so 2 jumps to go. So this is a 15-minute wait for this one. We'll just line that up there. There it is. And we can get into the in-flight entertainment again. So what I have this time is we're going to watch the taste test for that Greek style feta that I made. Let's see, is that the one? I think it might be. 7 years ago. Yep, 7 years ago. 7 years. My lord. Okay, this is the one. Yep, alright, so let's just skip over to there. We're waiting for the jump.
Well, g'day curd nerds. Today we're doing a feta taste test.
Yum. Not going to go long, this one. It's only like 4 minutes. I'm sure we can choose something else after that.
Well, this feta is the traditional feta that I made with the 70% sheep's milk and 30% goat's milk. It's been maturing now for about 2 months. I made it at the start of December and it's now near the end of January. So I'm very interested to see how it's progressed in its fermentation and how the flavours have developed, whether they've got stronger or a little bit milder or what have you. Anyway, let's get on with the taste test and have a look, shall we? So, the feta, here we go. So it's been in a 10% brine solution for that whole 2 months. It's a little bit cloudy because I added a little bit of whey in there, which was fine. So just move that out the way and pop it on the chopping board. And it slices nicely. It's nice and crumbly. You can see the crumbly texture there.
Yum.
But really, we're here to see what it tastes like.
I've already been eating it.
So
I cannot tell a lie.
Second.
Cannot tell a lie. I've been eating it already. It's so good. We've had it in salads and everything.
Let's have a look. Can you see the cracker? Nice.
Oh yeah, munch, munch, munch.
Oh,
It's my favourite part.
oh, that's so good. Nice, strong, salty flavour. No,
Look
it's good.
at that.
Really great taste.
Hey, it's
not
beautiful.
creamy. It's got, well, it's got a sharpness of a Greek feta, which is what it's supposed to taste like. It's a lot stronger now than what it was when I first tried it.
Nice.
Definitely a hit.
He likes cheese, this
Now, the
bloke.
only problem is,
Oh, goodness me.
as I mentioned in the how to make the feta video, was getting your hands on sheep's milk, on raw sheep's milk. Thanks to Graham Strong for that over at Arcadia Saltbush Lambs.
Yes.
And he's produced a wonderful milk, which I mixed with 30% goat's milk.
I haven't heard from you
it's
since.
fantastic, really does taste nice at this 2 month mark. I dare say if I fermented it up to 12 months, which you can, and that's what they do with Greek feta, then it would taste even stronger and be absolutely fantastic. Now I've kept this in the kitchen fridge, is what I've been keeping the brine solution in. So the cheese has been submerged in the brine. Every week I just turn it over, the cheese in the brine, so it doesn't dry out on top or any moulds decide to grow on top. Once it's submerged in the brine and you turn that weekly, you don't have any troubles at all.
Indeed.
Anyway, another successful cheese, thankfully. But yeah, if you want to see more cheesy content, check out this video over here. Don't forget to support the show via Patreon so we can keep making more cheesy content. If you want to get kits and equipment for cheese making, pop over to littlegreenworkshops.com.au. Thanks for watching, Curd Nerds, and I'll see you next time.
Indeed. Thank you, Curd Nerds. Alrighty. Oh, there's a good looking bloke. How to make Stilton. Oh, I reckon that's the next one. How long's that go for? 38 minutes. Or maybe not. We could do it in 2 parts. Real and fake. Who's this guy? Ethan Chebowski. Never heard of him. Anyway, back to the game. So, we have 9 minutes left to jump. Let's find something else that we can watch. How much time have we got? We got 9 minutes. 9 minutes. What can we do in 9 minutes?
What's on my channel? There's not a lot in 9 minutes. No, they all go for a long time. Oh, Hispanico cheese. No, it's a taste test. We don't want to do that. Don't want to do a taste test before we have a taste test before we do the cheese. They're all really long. I love long videos. Okay. Goat's milk cheddar. No, there's so many videos. How much? We've got 8 minutes now. Goodness me. I could spend all day. I could spend all day doing this. All right, let's do some cheesy questions. Yeah, let's do that. 16 of your cheesy questions answered. We can always stop halfway through. All right, so back to monitor number 2.
So g'day Curd Nerds. I love the interaction on this channel, and in the comments section I receive many questions each day. So this video is going to answer some of these questions that I've received in the last 4 months. Some are interesting and others are just downright funny. So in no specific order, here are the questions and answers to the best of my ability. So question 1 is from Finchit2012 on the triple pepper snack cheese. Gavin, what kind of yogurt did you use? I make my own Greek yogurt. Does the yogurt need to be thinner or well-drained yogurt to get the job done? Well, Fitchit, the triple pepper snack, I just used strained Greek yogurt. It was nice and simple. Didn't have too many problems at all. So you can be thick or runny, it doesn't matter. It's the lactic bacteria in the yogurt that you need to make the cheese stabilised.
Indeed.
Question number 2. From many viewers on the channel, where are the angry Italians? So this stems back to the meme about the angry Italians swearing in my Parmesan video. The angry Italians, sometimes they pop up, but they are long gone. The video is over 6 years old, and the swearing and stuff from the angry Italians about the cheese is way back in the comments. In fact, these days YouTube now has a filter that there is no profanity in the comments section. Well,
that's
certainly
correct.
On my channel anyway.
No profanity.
So a lot of the angry Italian comments have been filtered out and are now lost to prosperity.
They are.
However, that doesn't make the meme funny. I think it is
Not
anyway.
funny. Not funny.
So question 3,
Not funny.
what is brine? Well,
What is
brine
brine?
is essentially salty water. There are different saturations of brine via percentage. I choose to use an 18% saturation in my brines, and you can see the brine recipe on the channel. It's no secret, it's just water, salt, a little bit of calcium chloride solution, and a little bit of white vinegar. And that balances the pH and stops the cheese from going slimy in the brine. Question 4 from Queen of Roses 09. Do I still need calcium chloride and lipase if I use raw milk? My local farmer sells milk basically fresh from the cow. If you're using raw milk, you probably don't need calcium chloride or lipase because the milk hasn't been pasteurised. It's the pasteurisation process that destroys some of the soluble calcium within the cheese. So it hasn't been destroyed, so you won't need to add any back in again. As for lipase, there should still be a little bit of lipase present. That also gets destroyed during pasteurisation. So fill your boots. You don't need to use calcium chloride or lipase
Your
in
boots.
raw milk. In fact, when you
That's
use
an
raw
Australian
milk with
term,
my
if I've ever heard
recipes,
one.
make sure you use about 25% less rennet.
Yes.
And about 50% less starter culture.
Indeed.
And make sure it is fresh. Don't use cow's milk any older than 3 days because it's already started to acidify because of the lactic bacteria present within the raw milk. Question 5 from...
Question 5. Stop the question 5. We're going back to the game to see where we're at on this jump. So we've got 4 minutes 38 to go, and I just need to confirm that I'm actually going to stop at the right place and I'm not going to overshoot. So I need to go to Bleer Dre OZ-T B22-0. Okay, so Bleer OZT. Okay, OZT. Right, just going back to where the frickin' hell is it? Back to the cheesy questions. These are not the droids I'm looking for. BZ OZT. That's the only OZT. Right, so that's where we're going. That's the next jump. Yep, alright, we're all good. We're all good. We're on track. I haven't over-jumped where we're going. I'll probably run out of fuel before that happens anyway. So what we can do is we can go back to the... back, there's the screen there. Paul said there's a nice... Oh, we've already done the spinach dish, yes. Thanks for watching if you're still watching. I know it's a bit of a funny sort of stream for Elite Dangerous, but yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying showcasing all of my old videos from all over the place. Anyway, so we've still got 3 minutes to go. Can we do 3 minutes more of questions? Yeah, let's do that. 3 more minutes.
From Chris F84.
Oh, excuse me.
Why can't Grana Padano be mentioned?
Right, so the carrier's in lockdown. Continue on. Let's just go back 15 seconds. Right, there we go.
Why can't Grana Padano be mentioned?
Yeah, why can't
well,
it?
Chris, Grana Padano can't be mentioned in cheese-making videos because they enforce their trademark heavily. And I found out the hard way because Big Cheese, or the Grana Padano Consortium, sent me a cease and desist letter way back when. Can't remember, about April 2020. Just happened to coincide with the pandemic. But their lawyer reached out and sent me a cease and desist, asked me to take down the Grana Padano video or remove all mentions of Grana Padano and all images from the video. So I took down the original video, which only had about 20,000 views on it, which was pretty high at the time. I took it down, and then 24 hours later they sent the boss of the Grana Padano Consortium sent me an apology letter, and I read that out as well. And you can go and check them out. I'll put the links down in the description below. It was quite funny.
It was funny.
Anyway, a little bit of YouTube drama, I suppose, doesn't hurt. So I remastered the Grana Padano video and called it the Cheese and Desist Cheese, to Italy with Love, and I overdubbed the any mention of Grana Padano with Cheese and Desist, and took out their images. So everybody was happy. I re-uploaded the video and it went off like a frog in a sock and got lots more views than the original video actually did. And so many people didn't even know that the cheese Grana Padano existed. So effectively they got some free advertising from the channel.
Indeed, they did. Free advertising from the channel. Alrighty, so let's...
Anyway,
yeah, stop the anyways. Alright, we're off. 30 seconds to go. Jess says, I'm digging it. It's good to watch while exploring. Indeed, mate, indeed. So here's the next jump.
Attention. Counting down to jump. 5, 4,
3, 2, 1. Engage. Engage. Go. And we're off. Never gets old. Oh, and we're there. But
The fleet carrier has arrived at Droju, SA-Y C17-8.
we are. We have that. We have. Right. So wait until it says we're finished reactivating services. All right. So back to the management panel. See how much fuel we have left. We have 41% left of fuel. We've got a 3-minute cooldown before we can jump. And just checking the jumps. So we are currently at, hang on, let me just bring up monitor number 2. We're currently at this one, so we can tick that. And we have 2 jumps to go before we get to our destination. I think I've miscalculated, so we need to go that one, and then that's where the rendezvous is. So I've got 2 more jumps. That's another 30 minutes, so I'll be finished by a little bit past 11:30 a.m. my time. And then once we get there, we'll just have a look, make sure that the Agincourt is actually there. Apparently it is. So I've been told this morning. So yeah, so we need these coordinates for the next jump. Click. And wait for the 2 minutes odd before we can put it into the galaxy map and open it up. Doggos are sleeping underneath my feet. That's lovely. It's all happening here. So I hope your morning or evening or what have you is going fine for you wherever you are in the world. It's lovely to see so many people still hanging around, which is great. I'm digging it. What have we got? We got 6 on YouTube, 2 on Kick, and 1 on Twitch. So thanks for hanging around. Jeff says, Gav, you're a bad influence. I've been sitting on the squadron carrier deck just watching your stream. No flying yet. I'm looking forward to doing some exploring once we get there. So, yeah, that'll be good fun. But thanks, Jeff. I am a bad influence because I've made, over the years, well, I've been on YouTube for 16 years now. And when I reflect back to some of the very early cheese making videos that I put up, they were, well, they were my earlier filming style and all that sort of stuff. Very wooden. I was quite wooden back then. But, you know, after 16 years of experience, I've learned to loosen up on camera and just enjoy myself and be me, you know, the authentic Gav. So many people, it's always funny, when people meet me in real life, and they do, customers come to the door often when they're picking up their orders, and quite a few of them are fans, which is great. I love it. I love meeting people who watch the videos, and they go, "You're just like you are when you're on camera." I said, "Yeah, it's just me. There's nothing different. There's no difference to me on the screen and me in real life. So there is no facade. There's no facade here. It's just all me." Anyway, we can jump now. Enough of that mucking around. Right, come on, open the galaxy map. Do not crash. Oh God, I thought it was going to crash then. All right, put in the new destination. We're not that far away. Let's have a look. We're going, yeah, look, not far now. Look how far we've come. That's where we started, over here somewhere in that bit, and we're so close it hurts.
There's only one more jump after this one. Okay.
Fleet carrier jump to Droju GDB 59-1 near Droju GDB 59-1A has now been initiated.
It has. Alright. Jess says that works. It's called authentic. Yes. Authentic me. And you know, it is what it is. I am who I am. There's no use trying to put up a facade, which is, you know, it doesn't get you anywhere in life, really. Alright, so we've got 15 minutes on the clock. Let's do some more cheese questions, shall we? If you ever want to learn anything about cheese, then today's the day. Okay, so let's get out of that. Go to this. Cheesy questions, that's what we want. Back to my good looking head. Here he is.
That drama aside, let's get on to the next question.
Yes, next
So
question.
question 6 from Javier Quito Deegan Dogma Films says, hello, which cheese-making book would you recommend? Congrats on your awesome videos. Thank you, Javier. I actually have got my own book, Keep Calm and Make Cheese, and I've actually got another book, which I don't have here at the moment, called Keep Calm and Make More Cheese. These are
Nice.
spiral bound. I sell them on our website at littlegreenworkshops.com.
I better print some more of those off.
Nice plug there. But yeah, there's 27 recipes in this one, and there's 72 or 75 in the second book. And yeah, they're ideal because they are designed for beginners. And let me just find one here. Hopefully you can see it. They have the QR codes to the videos in the book, so you can scan them with your phone or your tablet and watch the videos as you make the cheese. There you go. They're the ones I'd recommend. My own books. Keep Calm and Make Cheese and Keep Calm and Make More Cheese. So question 7 is from Boredom Incorporated. You won't believe it, but the meme's still going around. I need the truth. Did you make/post the meme anywhere at any point? The answer to that is no, I didn't make the meme. The meme was made by Joseph Corona, something like that. He was on Twitter and posted it on Twitter. I think he got about 1 million likes on that tweet. But he posted that about, I think it was in March 2020, just before the pandemic, as the pandemic started kicking off.
April or March, I'm not sure.
Yeah, so he posted it on Twitter. I didn't even touch it. And then people pulled it off of Twitter, did a screenshot type thing, and basically posted it everywhere. So 9gag, iFunny, all those sort of meme sites that are still going around. So at no stage did I repost it myself. It just went off virally. I think that if a meme's going well, don't muck around with it, let it do its own thing. And I'm quite happy with that. So question 8 is from Patricia Mayhew, 6321 on cheddar. I think she's on the cheddar video. How did the early people make cheddar without any store-bought rennet or store-bought mesophilic culture? So the answer is the abomasum, which is also known as the maw or rennet bag, or reed tripe, is the fourth and final stomach compartment in ruminants. So cows, pigs, goats, that sort of thing, and sheep. It secretes rennet, which is used in cheese creation. Also, mesophilic starter cultures, or starter cultures in general, are present in raw milk, and they're from the environment around from where the milk was milked. The milk came from the cows or the sheep or whatever. So that's how that gets in the milk. So they didn't need anything secret, just a stomach. So the next question is from Victoria's Sadiqus, 7248 on the Farmhouse Cheddar video. And Victoria says, Gavin, what are the differences in Farmhouse Cheddar and just cheddar? Can you use black peppercorns, or do they have to be green or red ones? Well, Victoria, the difference, the Farmhouse Cheddar recipe that I have is what's known as a stirred curd cheddar. Nice and simple process. You don't need to cut the curds into slabs to do the cheddaring process. So nice
Cheddaring.
and easy. And the texture and the flavour is very similar to using the cheddaring method. And the cheddaring method is just a way of getting additional moisture and whey out of the curds, and they just leave it for a couple of hours and keep it warm. Anyway, if you looked at the cheddar video, then you'll see the difference. Can you use black peppercorns? Of course you can. They are a little bit harder. I prefer, if I'm going to put pepper of any sort, as in from the pepper bush, then I prefer to use green peppercorns, which you can usually get in the supermarket in a can.
Yep.
And they are a lot softer.
I like them.
A little bit milder on the peppery flavour and doesn't overpower the cheese. So question 10 from Mary Ann Dahl, 9068 on Parmesan video. As I understand it, you use lipase because you do not use raw milk. So if I use raw milk, I do not have to use lipase, right? Question mark. Would love to try to make the Parmesan style cheese. Thank you for your videos. Like I mentioned before, you don't need to use the lipase. It's still present in the milk if you're using raw milk. So you will have to skim your milk because remember Parmesan style is made with about 2% fat milk. Question 11 from Gomez Kin on the Red Leicester video. Hello Gavin, I just finished the first pressing and realised that I only have put in 1 tablespoon of salt.
Oh
What should
no.
I do?
Panic.
Yes, so it needs about at least 2 tablespoons of salt, or
Don't
about
panic.
2.5% salt per weight of the curds for that cheese. What you can do, and I have answered this previously anyway, is that you dry salt the cheese. So rub the salt. In fact, Red Leicester, the video, you dry salt the cheese as well. So that should put a fair bit of salt back into the cheese. So you rub salt over the top of the cheese. So about half a tablespoon. Rub that in, let that turn into a kind of brine that kind of sits on the top. Flip it over, do the other side with another half a tablespoon, and that should absorb into the cheese. Make sure that this happens during, well, as soon as it comes out of the mould. When the cheese is still a little bit damp, it'll absorb the cheese a lot better. So question 12 is from Toss Hauer on the Persian feta video.
Nice.
Can you use straight olive oil? Do you need the sunflower oil for some reason?
Good cheese.
Yes, you do need the sunflower oil for some reason, because if you're storing your Persian feta in the kitchen fridge, then it will go solid if you just use olive oil. Olive oil solidifies at 4 degrees Celsius, which is the standard temperature for a refrigerator. And if you mix 50% olive oil and 50% sunflower oil, then you'll find that it doesn't go solid in the fridge. And you don't need to wait for it to come up to room temperature to unsolidify so you can fish out your bits of feta. So that's why I don't use straight olive oil. Learn from experience, actually. First time I made it, I just used olive oil, and it was a nice big chunk of gloop, basically. Question 13 from
Nice.
Fat Man Does It Himself on the Precision Cooker video. Goes on to say, love your videos. I'm always trying to talk like you when I'm making cheese, lol. I live near
The ultimate
Boston.
flattery.
Where did you get that sink heater?
The sink
Okay,
heater.
I'll put a link in the description down below. It's an Amazon affiliate link. It's the Inkbird Precision Cooker. It has a number, but I can't remember it just yet. But I'll put the link down in the description down below. Question 14 from Foxtrot64 says, I have got a question. When you mean room temperature, do you expect when you say that? What do you expect when you say that? I expect the room temperature to be between 18 and 21 degrees Celsius, which is fairly standard. If it's a bit cooler, that's fine. The cheese will dry out. If it's a bit warmer, not so good. So it's probably best to air dry your cheese in the cheese fridge on a board and a mat, and that way it will, the whey will evaporate off the surface and make it go a little bit firmer before you either wax it or vacuum pack it. So between 18 degrees Celsius and 21 degrees Celsius, and I'll put that in Fahrenheit down here.
Nice.
Question 15 from Jody Saves on the Havati video. It says, can you use sea salt instead of chi salt? Yes, most sea salts are pure. The only reason I say chi salt is non-iodized salt. So the salt can't have any iodine in it because iodine kills bacteria.
It
And
does.
we want to make sure that the bacteria in the cheese survives during maturation, or at least for a little while, to convert some of that lactose into lactic acid. We don't want to kill it off straight away using iodine in salt, which seems to be the norm in a lot of European countries. So, cheese salt is basically non-iodized salt. So if you've got a good supply of sea salt that doesn't have any impurities in it and doesn't have an anti-caking agent or iodine, then perfectly good to use. A lot of people do use kosher salt, which doesn't have any additives in it either. Question 16 is from Colleen. It says, I have a lot of frozen whey from making yogurt. Can I use that to make ricotta? Well, the quick answer is no, you can't use acid whey for making ricotta. It is too acidic, and there are hardly any proteins left in it that will precipitate out into ricotta when you add some acid to it.
This bloke
So
seems
check
to know
out
what
my
he's talking
15
about.
ways with whey video, and you'll get some more information on the types of whey you can use for making ricotta.
15
Well,
ways of
Curd
way.
Nerds, that's it for today. Just be
It is.
aware that I do try and answer most of the questions in the comments section. However, I do host a weekly live stream called Ask the Cheeseman at 8 AM on Sunday mornings, Australian Eastern Time. You can interact with me live and ask any questions about home cheese making in the chat. The Curd Nerd community is very active in the chat, so
Indeed they are.
also offer help with their experiences as well. Don't forget that I sell cheese making supplies, kits and equipment over at littlegreenworkshops.com.au. We have fully stocked kits and ship them all over the world. Also, if you got some value from this little mini Q&A video, please give it a like. And if you haven't done so already and want to be notified when I release cheese making videos, and I've got quite a few on the go at the moment,
I'll like
then
it, Gav.
please
Good
subscribe
on you, mate.
to the channel. Well, thanks for watching Curd Nerds, and I'll see you next time.
Yay! Hey, good on you, Curd Nerd. What a nice man. Alright, so, nearly ready to depart. Yes, all services are suspended. So, no getting up out of your seat there now. Whoop. Paul, see, I just learned something. My wife keeps the house at 76 Fahrenheit. Indeed, and that is room temperature. 21 Celsius is a very comfortable temperature to exist in. Seems to be the, room temperature. Humour 40 or Jeff says, Ben put us right next to the Lagoon Nebula. Gonna have to get yourself a screenshot of your carrier with the nebula in the background. Yeah, I'll have to do that. We got to get there first. We're nearly there. It's only 1 minute and 46 seconds to go. Whew. Oh, we can't see little man's head. There he is. He's down there. He's the one in charge. I'm just sitting here. He's playing on his iPad, although he's got all these other keyboards in front of him. Anyway. Groovy. Baby. It's very Austin Powers-ish. So once we've done this jump, one more and we're at our destination. I can wave at everybody. Well, I don't know where I'm going to end up, where I'm going to jump into. So, because I've never been there before. Hopefully I'll be close to the other guys, or to the squadron carrier, Agincourt. But I'll fill up the tank on the carrier with my cargo that I've got. 4,000 tons of tritium in the cargo hold. Here we go, 25 seconds to go. It's making some noises.
Attention. Counting down to jump.
It's a penultimate jump.
5,
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage. Surprise. Oh, hello. How are you, Stargold? Stargoid. Oh, raided. Hello. Thank you so much. Very cool. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. So many people following. I love it. Thank you so much, Miss on the Twitch. Love it. Very cool. Nice little icons too. So we're jumping in the carrier, and in between we're having in-flight entertainment.
The fleet carrier has arrived at Droju.
Praise the Goid.
JU-D,
Indeed. Thank you,
59-1.
Stargoid. Alright, so we're here. And we need to get to our final destination. We've got 3 minutes to wait. Yeah, cooldown time, 3 minutes 30. I've only got 336 tons of tritium in the tank of the carrier, but I have lots in reserve, so that's good. We need to find where the heck we're going next. So let's just bring that up. Over on the second, we're in Spanch, so we made it to Druge JUD, that one. We made it to that one. So we're going to the final destination for today, which is, oh, I can't even say it, Blair Drye. Who comes up with these names? Goodness me. International Astronomical Union, I suppose. Yeah, so we're going to go next, and that's where we're rendezvousing with all the other carriers that are coming. There's 2 more that I know of that are coming to join us. We're going to explore around there for 2 days, and then we'll do another 3.5-hour jump. Whether I'll televise it again, I don't know. Depends on what you, the chat, think of. Think of the in-flight entertainment that I've been providing during the stream. So let me know in the chat whether you think it's worthwhile doing this sort of stream again, showing all the jumps and all the management on how to get 4,500 light years away from where we once were. But yeah, well, I think it's entertaining enough anyway, especially putting the cheese videos and the ducks and what else we do? Beans. Oh, we've learnt so much today. It's just been one educational tour. So yeah, very good indeed. Thanks, Heather. Yeah, so 1 minute 30 until cooldown. So I like it. Good Curd entertainment. Thank you very much. I like a little bit of a varied stream. You know, we're playing a game and then watching my old videos and me reacting to the old videos. So what a mixture of genres. So yeah, I'm enjoying it, and I hope you are too. So cool. All right, so we're down to 54 seconds, and I'll be able to plug in the final destination where we're going today. Dobsonian says, how are you managing the tritium on the carrier? Are you mining on the way out? Okay, so I have in my carrier, I don't know if I can show it. Can I show
what I've got. Can I show what's in my carrier? Yeah, what have I got? Got all the goodies. Looking for... I didn't know there was this much stuff you could get in the game. Alright. Have I missed it? I bet it's right down the bottom. Looking... Oh, or I passed it, one of the two. I have passed it. I'm looking for how much stock I've got of something. Oh, there it is. Tritium. So on board I've got 4,109 goods in space. Yeah, 4,109 tritiums, which is great. I love a good tritium. So that's there, and in the I'll get out of that. And in the cargo hold, I've got. It'll tell me in a minute. Okay, it's time to jump. I've got 336. So I'm moving from the cargo hold via one of my ships into the tritium petrol tank or a gas tank, whatever you want to call it. So let's do this jump. Bring up the galaxy map. This is the final destination for today. Yay! It's where everybody else is. The fleet carrier. Not the fleet carrier. I'm in a fleet carrier. The what's it called? Squadron carrier is. So last jump. Yay! Alrighty.
Fleet carrier jump to Blair Dry Ounce TB 220 near Blair Dry Ounce TB 220A has now been initiated.
So the final part of that question, Dobsonian, is that on the squadron carrier is my reserve to go home again. So Ben, who's in bed at the moment, Daddy G88 is his name on YouTube. His name's Ben. Has kindly put a reserve of 4,000 tons of tritium on the squadron carrier, which I can then siphon off and take that from the squadron carrier and just do some jumps with my hauling ship. I've got a Type 9 Heavy that I'll haul, and I'll haul back between the squadron carrier and my carrier and fill up the cargo hold with another 4,000 tons of tritium for whatever we decide to do next. And there's only 4,000 tons available because there's a whole bunch of other carriers coming as well. And yeah, so I will then shoot back again, maybe a different way. I may have to do some mining on the way out, on the way back. I've got my mining ship as well, so that's nice and simple, so we won't have too many issues at all. Alright, so what are we going to show for the in-flight entertainment this time? Well, who knows? We've done lots of cheesy stuff. Do I have another channel? Who wants to learn how to make soap? There's a good one for you. I haven't done this one for years. Where is it? Where's my soap channel? Oh, it's been a few years, I'll tell you. Soaps. So I'm on another channel that I own called Little Green Workshops. This is our store channel. And we got, this is practical videos by Gavin and Kim and Gavin to help you master the art of cheese making, soap making, soy candle making, and bath and body products. That's us. So looking at the how to make, ooh, here we go, a demonstration, black licorice soap. How long's that go for? 18 minutes. We've only got 13. Right, we've got a 13-minute video here somewhere. Yeah, that's a 7-minute video. There's a 10-minute. Let's do 10. Dragon's blood soap. Yeah, let's do that. Here we go. Oh, that's fancy, isn't it? Alright, I have to truck stop and go to the little boy's room, and I will leave you watching how to make soap
in just a second.
Hi, I'm Gavin Webber from Little Green Workshops, and today we're making a dragon's blood soap, and we're going to be using the cold process method. Okay, so we're going to use our standard oils. We're going to be using olive oil, rice bran oil, sunflower oil, and coconut oil. We're going to be using caustic soda, better known as lye, and of course water. So they're all the natural ingredients we're going to be using for our soap. We're also going to be using some colorants. So we're going to be using some titanium dioxide, which is a mineral powder, and we're going to be using a cosmetic color, which is a rubine red. And last but not least, we're going to be using dragon's blood fragrance oil in this soap. Okay, I'll start measuring out all of the ingredients now. So just a point about the water, this is non-chlorinated water. Just going to make sure it's non-chlorinated water with the soap because it reacts with the caustic soda if you have too much chlorine in the water. So we're using a pure water that's come in a box. You can use rainwater if you have it. That's nice and safe.
So just a note, this is not a full tutorial, so I'm just going to talk through what I'm doing here. So I'm adding the coconut oil to the pot, and now I'm adding the olive oil. Now if you want to see full tutorial, you can check it out by looking at the information button here. This is the rice bran oil, and now I'm putting in the sunflower oil. Now I'm measuring these all by weight. I'm measuring out the water allowance. Went a little bit over there. And now I'm going to put on my protective gear. So put on my safety glasses and put on my rubber gloves, because I'm going to be handling the caustic soda now and measuring that out. Now it did have some lumps in it, so I had to give it a bit of a shake there. So I'm weighing that out now. I'm weighing out my fragrance oil, that to one side, and now I'm just going to mix up my titanium dioxide. I'm using 1 tablespoon of the water allowance and 1 tablespoon of titanium dioxide because I'm using half of the mixture to colour, just half of it for this recipe.
Rightio, so we're going to be adding the caustic soda to the water. Never the other way around, always the powder to the water. If you add it the other way around, you get a live volcano. So I've got my protective gear on, get as close as I can. Get all that out. Let's get that out of the way. Give that a stir. Very gently. And I'll put that back a bit because there's some steam coming off. And you should always do this in a well ventilated area. And just stir until you can't feel any crystals on the bottom. And I always do it at arm's length.
So just making sure that all the crystals are gone, as I mentioned, and now we're just waiting for it to go clear and the steam to stop. Just coming off that liquid there. Once that's gone clear, like it did, we just put that into the oils and it helps melt the coconut oil. It takes about between 3 and 5 minutes to stir that through and melt all the oils, make sure they're thoroughly combined. So I've still got all my protective gear on because if this splashes you, you will still get a caustic burn, and that can be neutralised fairly easily with spraying just simply white vinegar on it. Now that's all done, so I'm just quickly stick blending that, and that'll bring it up to a light trace, which it has. Now things go a little bit awry here because I forgot to put the fragrance oil in, so I had to pour back a little bit of the batter that I'd I'd separate it out there.
This guy knows what he's talking about.
Put in the fragrance oil
He knows how to make anything.
up there. Got a bit of a medium trace, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, so split that out again. Put the titanium dioxide into the main part of the batter, and then we'll just give that
Ooh,
a quick,
white
blend
soap.
there.
Very cool.
The colour goes all the way through it. Now I tried to use a little milk frother, that didn't work, so I had to hand whisk it just to get the red to go all the way through. So that's all done.
Cherry juice for the
Quite
gout.
thick, so it didn't pour as well as I thought it would. Got it all out eventually. Just got all that out, levelled it off there, then poured the red on, which is trying to imitate the dragon's blood, of course. There we go, get it all out, spread it smoothly. Now just to create an effect within the soap, I've just plunged the spoon into the two colours to try and mix them up a little bit. Just a bit of a random effect there, and you'll see how nice it looks at the end when I cut the soap. So just plunging the spoon into the two layers brings a little bit of white out as well, creates a nice pattern on the top. Okay, you don't need to overdo it. Let's get the excess off the spoon there. I'm just going to level it off next. You just jiggle it back and forth, and that levels the soap batter off, so you get a nice level top.
Nice jiggle.
And one final thing to do, and that is to, there we go, ta-da.
Ta-da!
We're going to spritz it with isopropyl alcohol, or better known as rubbing alcohol, just to make sure it doesn't form soda ash on the top. Now 24 hours later, we have unpacked it out of the mould, and it's time to cut it so it can cure properly. So I'm using a crinkly cutter and our soap cutting box. So just cut through firmly. And you can see the wonderful patterns that spoon plunging did. Once you see the first bar come up there.
Nice chunky
It's
soap.
a simple pattern.
Well, they look
It does
lovely.
Quite spectacular, I think.
I love it.
Now,
Smells
because I'm
good
using
too.
Titanium dioxide, I had to clean the blade in between each cut, and that was just simply done with an old tea towel. Just wipe the blade clean.
Yeah, you get drag
That
marks
prevents
otherwise.
drag marks from
Oh, he said it. He knows what he's on
with the
about.
next cut. So that's just a tip that we've learnt when we use this wavy soap cutter, and there's titanium dioxide within the soap.
Very nice.
So just a quick wipe, and then you do the next cut. Does slow things down a little bit, but you want a nice, perfectly looking pattern. Not these drag marks all over the soap. Now, normally out of the 1 kilo of oils, we get 9 big solid bars, and these bars are about 3 centimeters across, and they weigh about
Deep, that is.
140 grams each, which is pretty heavy for a bar of soap.
Feels good in your hand.
Bars
It's a
of
nice
soap you get
big
in the
chunky bar of
supermarket,
soap.
I think they're about 100 grams if you
Make
like.
them yourself. Got a soap kit online for this.
And there we go. There they are in all their glory. So
Lovely.
I think they're pretty spectacular looking bars of soap as far as I'm concerned. So they're Dragon's Blood soap. So don't forget that you can subscribe to the channel if you want to see new and upcoming videos, and also you can get
Subscribe.
ingredients here at the shop, and don't forget to check out another one of our wonderful soap making or
There you
cheese
go, I'll
making
give you a
or
thumbs up.
candle
What a
making
nice man.
videos.
Oh,
Thanks for watching everybody, and we'll see you next time.
rightio. Thank you so much for watching the soap video. I hope you enjoyed it. It smelled amazing. Dragon's blood is one of those, well, quite pungent crafts, yes. Oh, Heather says she's made her own soap a few times. That's excellent. It's a good plan. It's good to have a plan and friends. Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll talk about the tritium. I bet it smells good. Yes, Heather, it did. It smelled fantastic. It was amazing soap. And we sold all the blocks in a heartbeat. Somebody bought the whole lot. So all 10 bars of soap. It was pretty good. So we had arts and crafts. We got everything today. Cheese making, arts and crafts, small ducks, growing in the garden. We've got 1 minute and 54 seconds to go for this jump. And we'll be at our destination. And I think we'll call it a day for the stream. Nearly done. They're all locked. All the carrier hangers are locked. Some more cherry juice. Very nice. Nearly there. Oh crud, I missed the gardening. Yeah, it was only it was how to grow beans. Bush beans and climbing beans. We can do that next time, Jeff. We'll do another one. Seen everybody's enjoyed themselves so far, so it's been good. I didn't have high expectations for this stream, but it seems like people seem to enjoy it, the in-flight entertainment. We've got so many other videos on all the other channels that I have. Very cool, Paul. Just in time for bedtime. Indeed. I bet it's late where you are now. So it's, what, 11:45. I should be on the cheese stream tomorrow. Thanks, Paul. Yep, I'll see you then. Definitely. Yeah, so let's do that, Jeff. We will televise these ones. I know they're like 3.5 hours long, but I like the entertainment in the middle. So all those that are watching on Twitch, don't forget to follow the channel so we can see another exciting Elite Dangerous. We'll be exploring next time. God, that's loud, isn't it? Such a loud hyperspace. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. Hit the aerial on the front of the ship. Oh, we're nearly there. Nearly exiting the portal. And we're here. Yay. We made it.
Carrier has arrived at Blair Dry, OZ-T B22-0.
4,500 light years later. You may now leave your seat. Okay. Consider my seat left. Let's go back to the ship. Have a look at what the system looks like. So the carrier's just going to sit there. I've got to transfer some fuel over. So we'll do that as well. To the hangars. You keep working there, mate. Alright. I'm glad we're not in first person all the time, because it does make me dizzy. And off to the Kurd Explorer Mandalay. A very good looking ship, by the way. I'm sure we'll see more of it soon. Yep. Jump into the ship. Alright, let's have a look where we are, shall we?
So that's the system. Guess what? There's nothing here. How are we supposed to explore here? So we got Agincourt. Fantastic. So the squadron carrier is here, indeed. And the Kurd Crusader. We're just parked around the A star, not the B star, which is unexplored. But I did promise that we're going to fill up the carrier with juice. So we need to swap ships because it's a weird transfer system. So I'm going to grab my hauling ship Gloria, who has room for 680 tons of cargo.
Report Gloria. You're Type 9 Heavy.
We are. Glorious the Hippo
The maximum
from
jump range
Madagascar.
of the ship is 29.16 light years.
So we go over to inventory and we go to transfer, and then we've got all this tritium here, which is the fuel for the carrier. So we're going to transfer the max amount we can. I'm still sitting on the squadron deck, face palm. Some explorer I am. Jeff, that's okay, mate. We'll do some exploring together tomorrow. So I don't think the missus will tolerate me any more streaming time. I've got to go do some stuff around the garden. Oh, I've got to finish my cheese. That's what I've got to do. Right. So, we got 680, and we'll confirm the transfer back to the ship. Okay. So, now we get out of that. And so we have 680 tritiums. And we go to carrier services. And we go to the tritium depot. And we donate the tritium. So I'm going to donate all of the 680 units. And we confirm the deposit. So we're up to 934. Which means we only need 66 more units to fill up the tank. So let's just do that now. Because I don't want to be stuck out in the middle of nowhere. Oops. 66. 66. Clickety click. 66. There we are. Okay. So we've got 66 there. And we go to the tritium depot and we donate the tritium. 66 units. And we have 1,000. So we're 100% full on the carrier. And we're good to go. So I'm not going to go out there today. We are. There's nothing to see. But if we have a look at the. All of these places have probably never been explored. Yeah, well, we don't know because I haven't got out there and scanned them yet, but I reckon this is virgin exploring territory. Except some of my carrier buddies, squadron buddies, will probably beat me to them. So, yeah, anyway, it is what it is. Let's just go have a look outside, shall we? Just one quick look. Oh. So went from the hangar. Oh, this is not the right ship. It's not the right ship. Okay. Apparently. Right, so there's a star. Apparently there's a nebula to look at. Oh, that's one. No, that looks... There's small... That's the large Magellanic Cloud. So where's this nebula? Oh, there's my ship. Good looking ship. No, there's the that's the galaxy. That's the arm of the galaxy. I see no nebula. So that's the large Magellanic Cloud and the small Magellanic Cloud. Alright, so let's just zip around here. Zippity doo-dah. Am I missing a nebula? No, I've gone all the way around and I haven't seen it. Alright, I need to come back in my Explorer because this ship is a pain in the bum. Alright, so let's just land.
Engaging automated docking.
Head to your allocated pad.
Alright.
Your docking request has been accepted.
Okay.
Sit back and enjoy the ride.
We are here. Maybe it's underneath the carrier. I'm certainly at the right place anyway. Oh, God. That's crazy how that ship manoeuvres. I couldn't do a manoeuvre like that. I got to come in from behind the carrier and land that way. Anyway, we're back
Our
again.
depot progress is up to date, Commander.
Did you miss me? 10 credits of fuel.
Contact confirmed. Ship secured. Happy to have you, Commander.
Oh, thanks, because we're the only ones out here. Well, besides everybody else on the other ship. Hey. And there we are. Done. Developer Bear, welcome. Thanks everybody, 07 Commanders. It's been lovely having you on this lovely long stream with in-flight entertainment. We jumped 4,500 light years towards Sagittarius A. We'll do it again in 2 days' time. Tomorrow I will be doing a little bit of exploring around this area. Hopefully all my squadron buddies haven't explored everything. That would not be good. And I won't get any first footfalls or first discoveries. But yeah, and then I'll have to come back to the carrier and then we're going to jump again. So in 2 days' time. So what's that? Today is Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So Monday morning, or I might have to get up very early because I've got work to do on Monday. So I have to get up early and do all the jumpings and all the in-flight entertainment. Anyway, that's enough waffling from me. Thanks for watching, Curd Nerds. And we will see you in the next exciting episode of Gav and the Elite Dangerous. All right, see ya, bye.